Look, it's the Lions talk, 4 men in the room. One ass cheek, 3 toes bringing the doom. Nate on the clock, Jay catching the heat. Chris and Bia arguing right on the street. One ass cheek, 3 toes. One ass cheek, Detroit knows. Lions on the map, we don't care about the woes. One ass cheek, 3 toes, this how the show goes. Golf throwing dots, Hutch hitting the gap. We put the whole city right back on the map. No more same old, we done changed the whole vibe. 4 voices deep, talking about the whole tribe. Yeah, one ass cheek, 3 toes. Nate, Chris, BA Lions talk only, get gone.
What up, doe?
What up, doe?
What up, doe?
Welcome, fellas, to the One Ass Cheek and 3 Toes. I am your host, Nate the Great.
Jay.
What up, Nate the Great? It's all right. It's still early. I am your host, Nate the Great.
3 out of 4 ain't bad. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah. So I am your host, and I got my three guys here. Fellas, how you feeling? Are y'all super excited for football season? About 2 weeks away from college and 3 weeks away from the NFL.
It's the start of the next 8 months of just pure sports, hockey, basketball.
It's never a bad thing for me. That's always 4 years.
Yeah.
It's about the next. It's about to come to the time where I just lose my.
The heart pills start coming out.
Right.
I don't need to take any
for
more
some people.
Blood pressure medicine, all that stuff. Hypertension, yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive into it. Speaking of hypertension, the Lions started their opening preseason of the 2026 season against the Cincinnati Bengals. Mm-hmm. They fell 14-16. Score really doesn't matter. We want to watch the results and the battles, and who looked good, who was a little bit like B would say. So I'm gonna go by some stats here first, and then we'll dive into some analysis of that game. So Luke Altmaier was 13-22, 130 yards, 2 picks, and 1 TD. Jacob Sailors led the Lions in rushing at 55 yards. Blackshear at 33. For receiving, Lovett was at 28 yards, Sailors at 28 yards, and Black had 1 yard catch for 24 yards. And that was a TD. Defensively, Keith Abney led the defense in total tackles with 5, 4 solo. Rakestraw with 5 total and 2 solo. And then, the guy of the day, Hassasin, 4 total tackles, 3 solos, 2 TFLs and 2 sacks and a forced fumble. So he filled up the board. So shout out to him. The Lions had 145 rushing yards to 159 for Cincinnati. No, I'm sorry, passing yards. I apologize. 129 rushing yards for the Lions, 97 for Cincinnati. First downs were about the same. Lions had 3 turnovers to Cincinnati's 1 turnover. Both teams allowed 2 sacks, and Cincinnati ran 70 plays to 58 for the Lions. So starting with B, give me your analysis of what you saw in the game, and we'll just go from there.
Well, I'm going to give you the opposite side of the analysis for Cincinnati. If that's what the second and third teamers can do to your first string offensive line, you're going to be in trouble this year. Now, I know that Joe Burrow has gone to the Super Bowl with just a messed up his offensive line too. But, dude, you've been taking punishment over the years because your offensive line stinks. And if you continue to have this offensive line the way it is, you ain't going to make it through this season either. And they played lights out. Defense has played lights out, period. So I think Abney played really good in this game. Mm-hmm. He really played good. So did Whiteside. He played real good. Enos Rakestraw, he had that injury.
Before that, he played decent coverage. He played decent. Yeah.
He's all right. He won all that. But anyway, I mean, a lot of players played really well. The offense, again, you can see that you need your starters in there to play because the offense is not moving the ball down the field like they're supposed to, especially with second and third team people. I'm fearing that if Gibbs goes out or if Goff goes out, oh, we're screwed. We are definitely screwed.
I mean, but that's it for any team that has star players. They lose their best players. Their backups aren't even close to what their star players are.
Well, that's not all true for all teams, but I'm just saying, our season will go to shit completely if those two come out.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're big parts of our offense. We saw what happened when Laporta went down. The offense changed drastically without Laporta.
Yeah, well, they still were up there in offense. Regardless, you have to have Goff and you have to have Gibbs.
You got to have your best players on the field. There's just no doubt. You have to have your best
players. Porter was a loss, but he's a loss that could be replaced. They have wide receivers. They still had Gibbs, so they still were working the lines. But you don't have Goff and you don't have Gibbs. Forget it.
Well, yeah, I agree. Chris, what do you think? Oh, go ahead.
I just want to add one more thing. It's not like last season's. Like if Gibbs was to go out, you had Monty. Even before that, you had Monty, Netflix, and who was the other running back we had? That guy that plays for Tennessee now. But we had those guys, and I felt pretty good if any of those guys went out. I would say that they could, step up, and the next guy could take over. This year, nope. If Gibbs gets hurt, we're screwed for real.
Mm-hmm.
The running back position is not strong.
If Gibbs got hurt, even with Monty in the situation, I'd still be worried because Gibbs does so much that Monty can't do.
Well, Monty does a lot of stuff that Gibbs couldn't do either. Stop using that narrative because Monty has taken the ball over on his solo too many times.
They're not the same players. I mean, you put them together.
They're not the same players, but you can still use Monty a whole game.
Yes, but Monty
you can't do that with Pacheco because you don't know Pacheco's the same person as Gibbs is, and if he can't barely run up the middle without getting hurt.
And I think I think Saylor's the better running back than Craig Reynolds was. So that's just me. I like Craig. I like Saylor.
Might be better. I don't know. He can't.
I think Craig Reynolds. I think Craig Reynolds was a little bit more fit for this offense than Saylor's is for sure.
Well, we've only seen Saylor's and
I don't know about all that either. I think Saylor's can't block worth a damn either.
He got blown up today. There's no doubt.
And that's the part. That's the part of it is being like a complete player of what they want, being able to block, being able to run, complete your assignments. That's big, especially for this offense. But go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Right, Chris. Or Jake, go ahead, Jake.
All right. So what I seen, if we talking about specifically last week, what I seen is the defense. The defense. We were just talking about this behind the scenes. We were talking about how the defense looked kind of good. You had a couple players that we got our eyes on. One being Hassanin for me. That's like a big position that I'm fixated on. Hassanin got 2 sacks on Joe Burrow, so that was like something that like is a fresher breath there, seeing somebody get to the quarterback, and it's not just any quarterback. So Keith Abney as well, man. That's somebody that I think that can come in and possibly start. I mean, don't kill me if I say it, but he could possibly start if he keep it up and keep showing out in practice.
McQuarrie's doing a really good job. I have not heard anything from McQuarrie at all. He's holding.
Yeah, that's not good. That's never good though. Mm-hmm. You don't hear from somebody in that's not always good. There's a reason why he was playing third string too. Remember that.
Well, but I'm saying he's not getting holding calls, which is good. That's a start. And it doesn't look like he's getting burned all the time, from what I see. I mean, but yeah, he's playing a lot. I mean, I think they're trying to get him reps at the nickel position. I really think so, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but that guy, he really, really surprised me. Abney. I know he had talent and everything, but him playing the way that he plays, he keep that up. He got to starting spot. So
can't be so handsy. He's a little too handsy sometimes.
Absolutely. I'm not really too worried on the offensive side of the ball. I've seen the offensive line struggle the past couple of games, but obviously they got to get their flow going. I'm not really too judgmental of that, but the defense has really surprised me, and if they can keep it up, and obviously with the starters coming very soon, they can keep up that chemistry. That's going to be a dangerous defense. So, yeah, some good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I like the defense too. I like Abney. I mean, obviously the top guys that I've seen so far. Last week's game, Abney had more. There's more number stats than there was this week. But I saw him more maybe it's because I saw him last week and now I paid attention more this week. I saw him more this week visually than I did last week.
I think the opponent did too, and we'll get into that too.
Yeah. But him looking really good. Like we're doing Cincy first, and then we're gonna go.
Just give me your thoughts on the Cincy game first.
Yeah. I like it. I like Sayers. Sayers did really good that first week, so I really like it. Like the quarterbacks, I'm just up and down. With the first game, it was just whatever. It was whatever. But that
was Dobbs. He was like thrown into it like 3 days into the camp. So
not only that, I didn't like the play call the first week that much. But then again, it was the first one, so it is what it is. But I like the defense more than the offense the first week. That's just I like it better. But there was a few guys that were. I mean, Blake Miller played okay.
Again, you didn't hear from him, so that's a good sign.
I'm sorry?
You didn't hear from him as far as holding calls or anything like that. Or Larry. Both played well the last game. Larry played well too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But I like the defense played well. But I didn't outside of Rakestraw's like injury, like that's the guy I'm really because we need somebody.
Robbie.
We need some corner to do something.
Yeah.
And we need all that we can get. But yeah.
They're battling out there. Him, Whiteside, and Rakestraw are all battling for jockeying for positions right now.
Yep.
Okay, so my thoughts, pretty much what y'all said. I thought Hassasin stole the scene. Great burst, good power, very emotional guy. If you follow his history, he's so happy to be a part of this team and a part of the NFL. So I just hope the guy stays healthy because he's going to be a rotation player for us for the future. I like Abney. I thought Whiteside did really well too. I was very happy with both. If those are our next 1, 3, and 4 cornerbacks, and then maybe Rakestraw, I'm good with that because you've got 4 solid cornerbacks, and then you got Rakestraw, and then whoever else they decide to keep. Maybe Izzy plays some cornerback too, or Vontae Maddox can play cornerback too. I don't know. A guy I'll throw out there that I've been really impressed with, and he pressed this today too, Gil Howard. I told y'all about Gil Howard when we had the draft. This guy has got a lot of burst and can mess up things in the middle because he's like TJ Lang said, he's good at getting skinny very quickly with the guards and getting and blowing up plays. He did a lot of that at Tech. If you watch some of his Tech tape, like he was blowing up players along with David Bailey. Him and David Bailey were probably the best 2 players on that D line for Tech. And so Gil Howard is a player that keep your eye on because this guy not only could be, a big rotation piece, but if he really gets himself together and, really finds his way, he could very well be a starter at some point because he's got the skills to do that. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the hand placement. But I really like him. And if you watch that play against Cincinnati where he ran down that running quarterback, that was impressive. You don't see a lot of defensive tackles do that. So he's got speed to rush a quarterback that's running. So I was happy what I saw from him. Something with the Lions offense, and I don't know what it is. I know that most preseason games, the offense is supposed to be vanilla. Always. I feel like the Lions is pure vanilla times 10 because we don't see nothing from the Lions offense at all. We don't see deep shots. We don't see everything's dink and dunk or play action plays and all that. You don't see a lot of shots downfield. So we can't really evaluate these quarterbacks from that standpoint. All we can evaluate for them is can they hit the open shots? Can they sit in the pocket, make their progressions? Or if they have to run, can they run?
Complete assignments.
We don't see a lot of open with offense and preseason. I don't know. Maybe that's a Dan thing. That he just
it's definitely a Dan thing
that way.
I think I just think they do run the vanilla offense, but there's a reason why they're doing. I think this is just any team that's in the preseason. You're running certain plays for certain players to see how the line works with the players that they have on the field. Like if you're looking to see what Sailors can do in a 3rd and long or 3rd and short, right. Or maybe they're trying to see what a tight end is going to do in the flat. And it might be like you're throwing to the tight end, irregardless if he's covered or not. I want to see how he adjusts to you throwing the ball, and I want to see how you throw the ball to him. Like those are just made up for certain reasons. That's why some people are like, why did they do this? Or they're doing it for a specific reason to see certain players that they're looking for.
Exactly.
There are certain guys that are on that field, like I was talking to a couple of guys. They were like, why is he playing? Why is he playing? Why isn't he playing? It's like, dude, you still got to put people on the field. You know,
it's preseason.
Absolutely.
You've got a 90-man roster. You've got to evaluate players all over the board.
Exactly. And so,
but here's my only pushback, Chris, is that I watch a lot of preseason games, and I see other teams airing it out there with their backups and stuff like that. I don't see that with the Lions, and I never see that with the Lions. I think that anybody can argue here that every preseason game, it's pretty much the same thing: vanilla offense. You really can't evaluate quarterback play because they don't do it downfield. Hell, we had Hooker. They didn't even throw the ball downfield. Maybe because Hooker can't throw. I don't know. But whatever it is, we didn't see the downfield throwing, and that's what I want to see. I want to see if these guys got an arm. I want to see what kind of touch they have downfield, because in real NFL, they're going to take away the middle from you, right? They're going to make you try to spread the defense out and see what kind of good of an arm you have. You know, and we just don't see that from quarterback play. So it's very hard for me to evaluate how the quarterback play looks. I think that Altmaier and Dobbs have been up and down for sure, you know, but Luke's a rookie, so it's expected, you know, and he's probably not going to make the roster.
I think go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think the way Dan Campbell and how they run in the offenses right now is situational. It's base situational because they know what they have going into the season. You know that your deep shots are Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra can catch a deep ball. You know who your target's going to be. So they don't really need to see that from other guys, because if any of them go down, it's going to be a bad thing. But I think what they want to do is situational. Like I seen Dan Campbell call some timeouts because they want to see how they work. If it's a 3rd and 2nd and, you know, you got, 30 seconds on the clock, how can you go down and try to score, make a field goal or get a touchdown? It's all situational. And certain players are going to be in for certain packages, like you want to, if it's a 3rd and long or something like that, you're going to put in all your ball hogs who possibly can catch the ball and get an interception, something. I think it's just situational. That's why they're playing the way that they're playing.
Go ahead, Chris, and I'll say something.
So they did throw downfield once or twice. Okay. Just like they ran once or twice. Altmaier once or twice. Dobbs run like twice. Like, they do little things just to see how much they scramble. Okay, cool. They scrambled. We see how fast they move. I'm good with that. They throw one ball downfield. Cool, I'm good with that. Because in practice, you can see if the guys throw deep balls. Now, during your season, during the games, you want to see how well the line, both defensive and offensive line play. You want to see how your corners play against the other team's offense. If they run vanilla, then you don't get the deep threat and see how well they. So you can't judge that. It's hard to dictate what the other team's offense is going to do. But for you, on your offensive line, you're looking, your running backs, are your tight ends blocking, are your receivers blocking? You want everything from the line of scrimmage. Your quarterback doesn't need to throw downfield.
I guess for me, the way I'm looking at the Lions' philosophy, they're not trying to showcase their quarterbacks. I mean, obviously Dobbs is a journeyman. I mean, if somebody picks him up like last year, if they don't put him on the roster, they'll need a backup. They'll probably keep him on the roster this year because that's what happened last year. Somebody picked him up off the practice squad and he went to another roster. So that's why they had to keep Kyle Allen. So, I mean, and then Luke Altmaier, I don't think they're showcasing him because somebody's going to have to move them into the 53-man roster if they want to pick him up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to get dropped and then come back on the practice squad. So unless something drastically happens with Dobbs, but I don't know. It just seems like Groundhog Day every day with the Lions when it comes to offense in preseason. It just seems the same shit all over again. Like short throws, dink and dunk. Let's run the ball.
The reason why that happens for the offense? Because Dan Campbell's not out there trying to win a game. He's out there to try to see how these players are playing in their spots. That's all there is to it. Yeah. That's why you see other teams playing long ball because they're trying to win games, which is to me is ludicrous in preseason.
Situation.
Well, I mean, they're trying to evaluate their quarterbacks too, in certain situations. They want to see him in the 2-minute drill. They want to see him in the last 2 minutes. They want to see how they play when they're behind or ahead. So I guess
Well,
they don't. I don't think they see it.
That's what they got training camp for. I mean,
Yeah,
you're not going to see nothing different in training camp than you're going to see in a preseason game. It doesn't make a difference with a quarterback, if that means.
Because
and they already know.
I think
if Goff goes down, it
ain't gonna be good.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like you said, B, they want to see what their players got and what they made of. Like, it's all situational, because if y'all notice, Dan Campbell have been here for what, 5 years now, 6 years. This is the first year that they didn't do the whole joint practice thing, so he might be using this like a joint practice.
Well, he's trying to dial.
He's trying to dial down. I want to see how we're going to do, how our youngest are going to hit, how the young players going to hit, how the vets going to come in and make a case for themselves. I think it's just situational. They're not trying to win. Let
me throw this caveat out there. If the Lions draft a quarterback, let's say in the first or second round next year, right? Okay, just follow me. You won't see these kind of vanilla offenses in the preseason game with this quarterback. I promise you that. They will be installing some kind of offense to see the development of how this quarterback's going to play for them in the future.
Exactly.
Neither Dobbs or Altmaier is a future quarterback for the Lions. Maybe Altmaier might be the backup next year if he makes the roster and they want to bring in a young quarterback to go with Goff, but they're probably going to draft one, more likely. And if they draft one, I would imagine that one's going to be more for the future. You're not going to see vanilla offenses in the preseason. You're going to see them actually running some installs, putting some players that have skill, like throwing JMO out there or something like that, so he could have an actual receiver to throw to and see the progressions of the new guy and see if that's somebody that they got right or they messed up on.
Exactly. So we don't need to do it with Altmaier or Dobbs, because it's like we don't plan on them coming in playing.
They're just going to play Dobbs. I mean, Dobbs is going to be the backup. We already know that.
I will tell you, if they draft a quarterback in the first 3 rounds from here on out at any point in time, it will be the one that they dictate will be their future starter, because Hendon Hooker failed, and they drafted him in the 3rd round. Well, they ain't going to make that mistake again. So if they draft anybody in the first 3 rounds, that is like their future. They can't afford to miss again. So if it's 4th and after, then he's a backup, or he's just somebody they're trying to fill the void.
You know what? I like that. Trinidad Chambliss is actually really good.
Guy. That's a problem.
But the one thing I respect about Trinidad Chambliss, not to turn this to Ole Miss, but he actually went back and he's going to like even better himself, like Dante Moore. You know, Dante Moore could have easily came out this year and been in the top 5, but they feel like they got more to work on. They're gonna go back and play. Do you think, man?
Dante Moore.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dante Moore would be a dream.
100.
I'd rather have CJ Carr.
But that's far fetched. I don't think we won't get.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about this earlier. Goff's only 31, and God willing, he stays. He's been healthy his whole career for the most part. He's not stupid. He knows when to go down. He's not going to take a dumb play and hurt himself. Like, he'll fall like a giraffe. So, I mean, the thing is that he's going to play to probably about 35, and you'll probably still get 2 or 3 or 4 more good years of him if he stays healthy, because he can still rocket the arm. He can still make that. He's accurate as hell. Like, he's never been an athletic person, so we don't have to worry about that. He just can throw from the pocket. You can do that to 35, even. Hell, Brady did it till 40 something.
Yeah. As long as he's protected, he'll be fine. I mean,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think the Lions will be looking for a quarterback anytime soon, because I think that they see Goff in his prime right now, and like, hey, we'll ride for the next 3 or 4 years. Now, with the contract situation, that's a different situation, because now he's going to be making a lot more money. Then you're going to have to start thinking about, like, well, you know, how much are we winning compared to how much he's getting paid, and go from there. But that's a story for another time. But let's jump into the Commanders talk. So the Lions did win today. Yay. All right. It was preseason, but I don't care. It's a win's a win. All right. So they won 17-13 in Detroit. Great crowd. I was watching on the thing, and man, that crowd was loud. I mean, I don't know if it was full capacity. But it seemed like a good crowd. Let's see. Let's go over some stats real quick. So Altmaier was 9-13 for 86 yards. He was sacked 4 times. Dobbs was 7-12 for 74 yards, 1 interception, and sacked 1 time. Let's see. Dobbs was your leading rusher with 53 yards. He had that big one for a touchdown on the read option. Travion Williams had 36 yards. Meeks had 33 yards. Travion had 24. Conklin had 21. Let's see. Whiteside led the team in tackles, 4 total, 2 solo. DJ Reed was tied for 4 tackles, 4 solo, 2 TFLs. That's pretty much about it. Yeah, I don't think anybody has. Who had sacks? Moore had a sack. Duh. Moore had a sack in front of his Michigan faithful. That was awesome. And DJ Wantham had a sack on Jay Daniels. All right, so we'll go back around the other way. Jay, talk to me about what you saw in this game.
I saw a relentless defense. I saw another relentless defense and 2 people that we expect to get major playing time this year in Wantham and Derek Moore went out there and actually played some really good football. It's good to see that coming from a young guy coming out of college, juicing him up, giving him that type of energy. I liked it. And I also seen the offensive line. I don't really think they did good, to say, lack of better words, but giving up 4 sacks on what's his name, Altmaier. I mean, you just got to protect your guy. And I know Altmaier can make some bad decisions, but you still want to see Blake Miller go out there, make some plays.
He didn't really get a chance to get the ball off in those 4 sacks.
Yeah, so
on the ground.
I just seen a team basically go out there and try to play motivated. Good game overall. I do like what I see from the defense. I don't think anybody can argue that defense is playing good.
Chef's been dialing up the aggressiveness on the defense.
Yeah.
They were talking about that on the podcast. Like you don't see a lot of aggressiveness in preseason, but Chef's like, fuck it, man. Let's go for it. I
like the aggressiveness. That's what I want to see from the Lions this season. I really want to see a lot of aggressive blitzes. I want to see them get to the quarterback in the backfield. And one thing I really need to say really quick, it wasn't about the sacks that they accumulated. It was how they collapsed the pocket. Made the quarterback feel uncomfortable, made him feel the pressure, so you go out and make mistakes. That was a big thing the Lions defense did. So that was huge.
Chris.
Yeah, so I watched the majority of the game. I liked I'm gonna give a shout out, even though he got he got hit pretty hard at one point, but O'Neal was playing really good. He had a stretch.
Yeah,
he played really well.
Yeah, he plays in a row.
Yeah, and
the whole drive, it was all him. Yeah, I
kept telling Rich that that he's better than Hayden Hutchinson. He got it's really good. But no, I mean
he could be a rotation player. Like he could be like your the commish. Who do we have before? What's his name? There you go, Kaminsky. He could be like a Kaminsky type, like just a hard-nosed guy.
Even Malcolm Rodriguez got a quarterback hit too. We had a sighting on him, so he wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, Rakestraw didn't play too bad. They didn't throw his way a whole lot, but he did play.
He played late into the game too. I think he played like the second or third string because they started the cornerbacks. They started Reed and they started Rock, and then they started after that. It was
I saw him.
Yeah,
I saw him in the last 2 plays before they got to the 2-minute warning. He was, when they were on offense, he was coming down to play a couple of runs and plays too. So I mean, I'm not going to say he played great or bad. They didn't throw enough his way to evaluate him, but he made it through a game without getting hurt. That's all I ask. that's all I ask. Albany played really well too. Albany and Whiteside played very well. Abney, sorry. And Albany.
Close enough, man.
And then whatchamacallit, Moore played very well too, as well on the defensive side. Now on the offensive side, I'm telling you, man, Jacob Sailors, outside of getting blown up on a block, he's looking really good as a running back, man.
I like Sailors, man.
And I hate to say it, man. Sailors. I hate to say it, man. Isaiah Pacheco better start watching this back. I'm telling you, this he played well in the first half against good players. He played through, so
he knows the offense, man. He played last year, so he has that leg up for sure.
We played against Craig Reynolds too. Craig Reynolds played for the Commanders today.
Yeah, Netflix was running out there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I just like the overall play call a little bit better this time. I think they were I think they dictated the game a little bit better, and it looked like you could see what they were trying to do, especially the O-line. The O-line was a little bit of a sieve, but it was a little bit better today. So, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about everything. Let y'all talk to as well.
Go ahead, B.
Yeah, I think the defense. I don't think we have problems with the edge. I think we have enough edge depth right now.
We're finally good at edge at some point if we keep healthy. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's something we don't really have to worry about. The defense overall played very good. They only allowed 6 points in that game, so you got to think about that. Then on top of that, there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a fight for the wide receivers, 5 and 6. It's a good fight too.
If we keep 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Birch, what is it?
We'll keep 5.
Borch or whatever. Borch.
Well, I just want to throw this. I just want to throw this in there, and we'll talk more about the receivers when we get to the previews of the positions. But Wilson might have a long-term injury. Dan Campbell came out and said he landed bad on his knee. So
yeah,
he's the most veteran guy we have. So now it's going to be up to one of these young guys to take it.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's had making
hopefully it's not long term, but
strides.
when Dan says it doesn't look good, that doesn't mean a good sign. That usually pretty much means like shit. He's going to be out for a good amount of time. So
yep, and also the offensive line needs a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they need a lot of work. I mean, the first play you come out and you botch blocking a couple of people, and they get to Dobbs, and Dobbs needs to better control the ball and hold on to it.
He ran into that sack.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the fact what he ran, that shouldn't have been out there. The offensive line just, they just let everybody.
There was no
in.
communication.
What the hell?
What's
going on there?
But Dobbs has got to be smart too to see that coming and say, "Hey, shit, I need an audible." Goff would audible into something
I'm sorry. When you got half of the damn team coming after you because the offensive line couldn't block anybody initially, then you got problems. You can't run out of that. I'm sorry. You can't. You could be Josh Allen, not run out of that. Okay, that's all I'm just saying. Yeah. And then the interception he threw was crazy.
Terrible.
That was a dumb interception.
Eat the ball, man. Just eat the ball and go down.
Right. Especially. I'm gonna give Dobbs some credit for that he ran the 50-yard touchdown in there, but I think to his credit he was doing that because he needed to overcome his 2 mistakes.
Oh, absolutely,
and that's what it is. And you got to remember something about you. Give him a break too because he just joined the team like a couple of weeks ago. He's still getting familiar with the offense.
He's missing a lot of easy throws, man. Like he had a rollout where he had a wide open Tom Kennedy or somebody there and just overthrew his ass. Like you can't miss those throws, bro. You got to hit those easy throws.
Now, I know somebody mentioned about play calling was good. I think that was you, Chris. In one stretch, no, it wasn't. It was near the end of the third quarter, I believe it was, and they ran 4 straight times up.
I get you.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Well, you guys just said he's not playing to win, so that's what it was. It was an evaluation of the line, probably. They want to see how the line.
That was the evaluation. They got an F. Because you couldn't advance the ball in 4 carries to get past the first line. They got to have.
You know they even do it. Sometimes they do it in the regular season. It'll be run, then it'll be a run,
and
then it'll be a run, and then they'll put the field goal.
Yeah, it's the same play. Like run the same run between the center and the guard all the time, right in there. That's like, dude.
Let's be honest too, fellas. Like I just thought of this right now. Another reason why the offense, they don't show shit is because our receivers are shit. Let's just be real. Outside of JMO, Tesla, and Brown, who else can we rely on to make catches or make plays for us?
Kennedy.
Maybe Kennedy.
Kennedy definitely can. I think Lovett.
I mean,
can
but
too.
outside of but that's low hanging fruit right there. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's after Kennedy, who the hell else can you say you can rely on to make catches?
Well, regardless if you want to win or lose the game, that's part of your evaluation. Yeah. So when you get in down in distance, you should be able to rely on your receivers. This is the reason why you have preseason, so you can see this kind of stuff.
Yep.
So what your point is, Dan does not like to win.
Yeah.
No, we got you, but you can't tell if you don't use those players in situations.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
But you don't got
running the ball 4 straight times between the guard and the center is a dumb thing. I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you right now, losing Kendrick Law was huge because they were really looking to feature him as one of the receivers for the future. because
That
of the
was my
speed
guy,
he
Kendrick
had,
Law.
the size, and they were going to feature him in preseason. Crazy. And him going down, they were like, oh, shit. Now who do we have? We got to go get Kendrick. We got to get some guy from the UFL in black. We got to get some. We got Lovett that's back there. Dortch. They don't even use Dortch as receiver, which is shocking. I guess they're protecting him for the return game. But I mean, like, they don't have any juice, guys. There's no juice out there that you can get excited about that's going to go downfield. Law would have been that guy. Like, Law would have been the dude, like, okay, dude, go on a go route or go on a cut, a slant, because you got that burst and speed that can take it to the house.
But,
you don't have that.
I'll agree with BA 100% on this. Is like, if you're running, then I mean, yeah, I get it. I don't know why they ran those four. I forgot about those four. I'm glad you remember it. But the four is like, if you're in a regular game, if you're trying to simulate a game, and it's a first, if it's a 1st and 10, and then it's a 2nd and freaking 8, and then it's a third and 8, you got to pass at that point, because in a real game you're going to pass.
I want to say that's preseason situation, but Dan would do that in a regular season game. I could see him doing that shit.
He has done it, but what I'm saying is that you can't be afraid to throw the ball, especially in a preseason game. Well, like, we want to get something. That's at that point when you're at 3rd and 8 and you've already tried 2 runs, it's not working. What are you trying to prove? Right. What are you trying to find out with a player that you just didn't find out 2 plays ago? They already know the run's coming. And if you think that, well, we don't have the receivers to do it, they got to figure it out. Throw it into coverage. Those receivers got to come
down. That proves my point. They were trying to win the game. That's why they did that. They were trying. They had the lead, or they were close. They were trying not to lose the game. They were trying to win it. It was at home. They were playing not to lose.
I don't know. I don't think they were trying to win.
Games to win.
You want to know
one
one
reason?
reason?
To be stationary. That's the reason why. I mean, look at this.
What was the score, B? What was the score at the time?
It was
Do you remember
17. It was 14-13.
Okay, so we're up by 1. Okay.
Yeah, and then that's when they kicked the field goal. I'm going to tell you this. There is a difference between the offensive coordinators. When Ben Johnson had the offense during those years in the exhibition, they did a hell of a lot more during the preseason. Once they didn't have him, and they had Morton, and then Morton at the time, and then they had Pet. They're doing the same thing that they did the last 2 years in the preseason. They're not doing that. We're not going to take any chances, because see, Ben Johnson, to give him credit for some things, he's the one that can make like 16 different plays out of 1. Yeah. So you can say that the offense is vanilla, but his vanilla is a whole different type of vanilla. Okay, so he can run 1 play out of the 16 that he can form from that, and that'll be good enough. But you don't have any of that. You don't have any of that creative offensive play calling right now between Morton. You had in Morton and Pet at this point. So I want to see more of that. I want to see them kind of, if they're going to do runs and stuff like that, I'd like to at least see them do like a reverse or something like that. A couple of nice little screen plays. A couple of throws, throws down the field that are off like play fakes, like Goff would do. And they threw it, but that was just, they weren't play fakes. Yeah. They were just dropping back and throwing. That's not how the Lions offense operates.
No, but I think also, too, you got to look at the personnel. Obviously, when game 1 happens against the Saints, with J-Mo and Gibbs out there, you're going to see screens. You're going to see end arounds, I would imagine. If we don't see that in the first game, then I think you have a valid point. But in preseason,
I'm not talking about when we start the football season, because I won't worry about – the only thing I'm going to worry about in the offense is the offensive line. Other than that, I'm not worried about the offense. What I'm talking about is your point of these players getting plays out in the preseason. You're not going to see what they're going to do unless you start throwing stuff at them. Like, hey, I want you to go out there and have a quarterback say, go out 10 and out. You know what I'm saying? Backyard football for a little bit.
Yeah, and this is why I don't understand why you don't roll J-Mo out there or Tesla. Tesla didn't even play. Like, why not roll those dudes out there?
Game?
None of the damn starters did play, and like I said,
all the offensive,
and not even all the offensive starters played because Penei Sewell was sitting on
right. But what I'm saying,
bench, so
what I'm saying is like, okay, like I don't care about Dobbs. Okay, Dobbs is just here this year, and he probably won't be on here next year. But if you want to see what Luke has, at least give him some kind of weapon out there. Like put a JMO out there. I'd like to see what he would do with JMO, or I'd like to see what he'd do with Tesla. You know, like he started with Tesla, but they don't want to do it because
why is that though, Nate?
They're just protecting their starters. That's all they're doing. So
I'm asking, why do you want to see JMO out there?
I want to see JMO get some reps. I want to see Tesla get some reps. Amon-Ra is the one guy. Listen, Amon-Ra is the one guy that he don't have to play one damn snap in the preseason and he'll be fine.
You know, I'm sure they get reps in practice together.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just talking about real games. Yeah.
And while I understand that, I think that putting Altmaier in with JMO or something would be risking something that's just unnecessary. If you ask me, that's just my opinion. And you know, I don't think that Luke Altmaier is even the for sure number 2 quarterback. So, you know, I don't think it really would make sense to put JMO in at that time. But
I just want to see these guys have some better.
No, he didn't play at all, Robbie.
Yeah. But anyways,
no, he did play. He did play today. I seen him out there.
Tesla?
Yeah, Tesla did play today.
Oh,
I seen him out there.
He did. He played maybe for a series, and that was it.
Right? But he didn't play. I could have sworn I seen his jersey.
I don't think he did. He played the last game, but he
He was dressed. I don't know how many snaps.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He was dressed. I saw him in uniform.
Let me see.
Okay, I was about to say I
didn't see any catches or any looks as far as
he didn't play. He didn't play. All right, so I'm going to give you all some of my observations, and we're going to move on to the roster breakdown positions.
Damn.
All right, so real quick, I love what I see from the defense. I think that listen, guys. If the Lions are going to go anywhere near the Super Bowl, it's going to have to be with a top 10 defense. It's going to have to be, period. If we don't have a top 10 defense, we're not going to be in the Super Bowl, period. Mm-hmm. So what I've seen from Shep this year is huge because this is year 3 for Shep, right? Right? Year 3? 2?
2.
2?
For Shep? Yeah, this is his
second
year.
Oh, second year. Okay. So this is kind of his coming out party, right? Year 3 is supposed to be his breakout, but this is his sort of coming out party because now he's familiar with the defense. We've gave him some more weapons with Wantham, Abney, added got a healthy Hassassin, healthy McNeil. But anyways, the point is what I'm saying is the defense is supposed to be looking good because defense usually is always ahead of the offense in preseason. So far, I like what I see from Wantham. I love the way they closed the pocket on Jaden Daniels. That's a good quarterback that you did a good job against. I was very proud of them there. Secondary held their own. Abney did get picked on a lot in this game. B brought that up in the chat, and I think for a reason because they know that this guy's got talent, and so they want to see what this guy's about. So this was good teaching tape for Abney. He can't be grabbing. The guy made that catch. He can't be grabbing him, so he's got to work on that. But Abney's going to be a special player. I like Abney a lot. I think he could be like a Meek Robinson 2.0, in my opinion. He just plays that hard, and he's very aggressive. He can make tackles.
Speaking of which, that's a guy who got the damn fumble in the first play.
I know.
They said a Meek Robinson. See, that's what I told you. Y'all just want to keep giving up on folks. Okay, that's all right.
I go somewhere else and be
but I tell you what, to your effect on the defense, I like how he's calling the defense. I really do like Shep's calling the defense. That first play where White got right up the middle on him, it was like a surprise. They didn't know what the hell was going on. You just saw this flash, and it was over.
Zipped right in, and it was over. Plays
That's
done.
Another addition that I'm happy about is White. He's going to be him and Jack are going to be a tandem to deal with.
Absolutely. Something else too, though, Nate. Really quick, I want to add. You said if the Lions want to get anywhere near Super Bowl, they got to have a top 10 defense. Also, they have to have a really good offensive line. Their offensive line has to
not necessarily, dude, because you look at their offensive line last year, we were topping points and topping offensive yards and all that, and we had a shitty line.
I mean, but when we went up against certain players, when we went up against certain teams with a good pass rush, like the Packers, they fell flat. Think about it.
That's fair.
even while the
As-
Lions had a good offense, there were times that they were falling flat, you know, and
But
Well,
you don't
your
wanna
defense
keep-
couldn't stop
but you-
anybody. So that
you
didn't
can
help
you
the
but
situation.
you could say that, yeah, but you don't
Mhm.
want to continue that to happen because
No,
eventually
you know it's going to get better, right?
somebody's going to get hurt. It's going to be
Mhm.
either Gibbs or it's going to be Goff or both,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
don't want that to happen. So you
Right.
want that offensive line to
The
be at
offensive
least
line
top
has
10.
to
But this,
At
but
least
the
top 10.
skill, but the skills
Yeah.
are so good on this team that you don't have to have everything perfect. Like,
I
that's
would
what I'm
have to
trying
say I would have to
You got to
disagree
have
with
it
you
better than
there
it was last
saying.
year.
because
Way
Jared
better
Goff,
than it was last year.
because Jared Goff, he thrives under having a
Sure,
whole
no
bunch
problem.
of time to get the ball to
But-
his
but-
receivers and shit. And
but
if you
look
don't
at the
have
stats.
that, that's going to break
Right.
down the play
But
big
look
time.
at the stats. Even with a shaky O line, we were still tops in the NFL, or we're on tops in the NFL in points, still tops in the NFL in total yards. Like, where was the defense? The defense was dead last in passing, or near dead
I
last
agree.
in passing, and we were terrible against the run in the second half.
I got
So-
a little something for you, Nate. Remember the very first game when the Lions played the Packers? The Lions
First
didn't
game.
score.
I know.
The
It was
very
the
first
first
game.
bro.
The
There was a
Lions
lot of
didn't.
shit that didn't
The
happen.
Lions didn't score at all until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
And
Yeah.
that was due to a lot of mishaps, a lot of missed assignments
Sure,
by our
and that's
rookie,
expected the
and,
first game.
you know,
you're gonna
exactly.
have those situations.
But when they
Absolutely.
started to pick it up a little bit that next week and they played Chicago, they dropped 52 on Chicago. Why?
Yeah.
Because the offensive line was in sync. The offense was in sync. They knew
Well,
what they
you weren't
wanted.
going
They were
against Michael
well
Parsons
prepared.
either, so that helps too, right?
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
And so I think that the offensive line has to be very consistent across the board. Like B said, I would say at least the top 6 or 7, but at least top 10 in order
I think
for
the
you to be
Lions
able
can
to
have
sustain.
the
what
Lions
you
can
want.
have an average offensive line and they'll be fine. It's the defense that we need that to take a step up.
agree.
Because if the offense is making the points and defense is giving up the points, then you're just breaking even.
Mhm.
We have to get back to that point differential we did earlier in the season where we're really high, and then as the season waned, we started getting out of that point differential. When your
Mhm.
point differential is high, your team's doing really, really well because you're scoring points, you're not allowing a lot of points.
Mhm.
But when your differential is down, you're giving up more points than you're scoring. That's the problem.
Mhm.
So this defense has to be top 10 for us to get to the Super Bowl. But anyway,
Absolutely. I agree.
back to my point. So the defense looked good. Offensive line in the beginning looked fine. I didn't really see a lot of big issues. I mean, I'd have to watch the All-22 to really understand the line. But for the most part, it looked pretty good. No holding calls or anything like that. So that's always a good sign. Turnovers can't happen, period. We got to stop turning over the damn ball. The last two games, we've turned over the ball 5 times, 5 or 6 times. That's inexcusable. I don't care who's back there. On top of that, I want to give shout out to 2 players. First off, my boy Gil Howard, again, guy blowing up stuff in the middle, being a force inside. I love watching this guy play. I'm really excited for his future. And then the other guy I want to give credit to was DJ Reed when he blew up that run play. Now I didn't like the backflip. Fucking stupid ass. Don't be doing that shit.
Yeah, I was kind of like, dude.
Yeah, but that's why you
coming
pick
off
DJ
a foot
Reed to run.
injury, motherfucker. What the hell?
Avonte Maddox had a good play too.
Yeah, him too.
Yes,
Yeah.
Maddox had a-
yeah.
He
He played deep into the
smashed.
game.
Yeah,
That was like in the
Yeah.
third
Sure
quarter he
did.
made that play.
Sure
Yeah, he
did.
did. That was really good.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I seen
Yeah.
that. I was like,
Rock
okay.
Ya-Sin made a couple of
Rocky
really
Ya-Sin,
good plays too.
yes.
He
Yes.
stopped
So
that,
other-
that third down, I do believe. That third down
Mhm.
conversion.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one concern I see that might from last year to this year is the return game. Our kickoff return coverage is crap, man. Our return coverage is crap. I don't know what we need to do. Even with Khalif back there last year, it was still crap. We barely gained any yardage. That has not changed. Even in preseason, it looks like garbage. I don't know what it is. If we're just not getting enough open holes, if they're not just, I don't know what it is. But that needs to improve because field position is key, especially with this new kickoff rule.
You also got to
You gotta get
remember.
field position.
You also got to remember that a lot of your special teams guys are guys that won't even be on this roster right now. Like
Mhm.
these are guys that could they make the special teams? Like, because a lot of the guys that were starting for us today
Mhm.
and were like playing main roles will fill those freaking special team roles.
That's fair.
You know, so that's probably why.
But it wasn't great last year either, Chris. That's why I'm.
No,
that's my
no,
point.
it wasn't.
Well, I'm going to tell you this
like
right
last
now.
year.
You're not going to have a really good return game if you don't have an electric returner. And that's that's something in the NFL that a lot of teams don't have. They don't have an electric returner.
Right.
Khalif was probably the closest to being electric. Dorsch is good. Dorsch is somebody that's going to get you some yards, but I
think they're hiding Dorsch because they don't want him to get hurt.
Oh, no, they're not. Anyway, because he was playing a lot in that game. It's just that we just don't have. I mean, I know you like him, Nate, but that doesn't make he's not that great. He's a good returner, but he's not electric. He's not. We haven't had an electric returner in a long time. So
no, I agree. I mean, but
I'm going to take the yards that we can get, and then that's what the offense is there for. So I mean, I'm not understanding why that's a big deal to me. As long as you can get past 25, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. And just
give us average yards.
Just give us average yards. We got a hell of an offense. And like I said, as long as the offensive line
if you can give the offense 10 more yards, that's huge because that starts you up at the 30 or 40.
As long as you keep us out of the 20-yard and in.
It really don't matter in the perspective of things, Nate. They really don't.
I mean, I'm just saying, last year, when you watched a lot of games where we started in the back in the 20 to 10-yard line, we usually didn't score. We had to punt a lot of times. Thank God we have a punter like Jack Fox who can punt the nuts out of the ball.
And last year, we didn't really have really good offensive coordination. So there's that, too. Mm-hmm. And the offensive line was in a wreck.
Well,
so
hopefully,
you had
Dortch
both of that
will bring some excitement. I'm hoping
I am wondering why they're not using Dortch more as a receiver number 4.
Because I'm telling you, they're protecting him because they don't want him to get hurt because they know he's going to be their lead guy in the punt returns.
They got a whole bunch of people out there vying for that spot because Vaki decides he wants to get hurt every 5 days. So they got plenty of people out there vying for that spot. So Dortch isn't the only person out there that
it's probably going to be
back.
TK. It's probably going to be TK and Dortch. I
don't know about all that. But
again, if Law didn't tear his ACL, he was going to be a candidate for that position because he had the juice. He had the juice for that.
Man, Law's my guy, man. Whoo! I wanted him so bad.
Hopefully next year he'll come back healthy.
He might Khalif. He's my Khalif for this team in the future.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. And God, if you could put bubble wrap on JMO, I'd put JMO back there. Fuck, JMO would kill it. Like, who the hell's going to take that guy down? Literally.
Yeah, but he's a number 2 receiver. I don't think I would take him.
That's what I'm saying. If you could put bubble wrap on him and guarantee he wouldn't get hurt, I would put JMO out there every time.
Well, pretty soon we might be putting bubble wrap when we have flag football instead. Anyway, that's a whole different story.
All right. All right. So we covered the both preseason games. So we got one more preseason game, the Colts, next week. So we'll talk about the Colts game after it happens. So we're going to move on to position. We're going to finish up the offensive side, position breakdowns. So we're going to start with the tight ends. And first, before we start with tight ends, Sam Laporta has a hip injury. Dan says he's not sure when he's going to be back. They don't expect him to miss too much time. Maybe he misses game 1 or 2. Not sure yet. Main thing is getting the guy healthy. That's the main thing. So, because he's coming off a back injury, he cleared the back injury, and now he's got a hip injury. Those are serious injuries. So, take as much time as you can. Get Laporta healthy. We need him on the field. So, let's talk about the tight end room right now. So, we have Brock Wright is number 2 tight end. Then you have Tyler Conklin, who they got in the free agency, is your tight end 3. Mm-hmm. And then it's a plethora of other guys. The one guy I think that I would put in there would be Meeks, because they like Jackson Meeks. He's converted from receiver to tight end, and he's got some juice. He's a bigger guy, a little more speed. I don't know how good of a blocker he is, but yeah, B don't like him. So, but anyway,
it's got nothing to do with me liking him. It's the fact that whenever the Lions make somebody a tight end, mm-hmm. that's telling you right there that player's not going to be there for long. Because remember they did that to what's his face? That dude that never worked out as a tight end. Meeks is another guy. You're going to put more weight on a receiver. That's not going to work for you. I'm sorry. The 3 tight ends that they got right now. The 3 tight ends they got right now are solid. They're going to keep those 3.
So they're probably only going to keep 3 tight ends.
They had Meeks. They had Meeks playing it today, and he got burned.
Been a tight end. He's been a tight end since training camp.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. But he was on the edge blocking, and That ain't it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not.
I'll put another O line out there. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I'll convert an O lineman to tight end before I'll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's circle back around. Talk to me about the tight end room. How are we feeling about the tight end room now, knowing Laporta might be out for a couple of games? I would say probably so. What are your thoughts right now?
It's not looking good. It's not looking good because Laporta, he's just can't get back in his rhythm. It seemed like he's dealing with some things that's just keeping him sidelined. And if it's going to keep him out for a couple games, I would assume that's at least a month and a half from now, considering the season don't start for another couple of weeks. So I want to know the severity of his injury. And I mean, this is a contract year for Laporta. Really, let's just be honest. They're going to say, are we paying Laporta or are we paying Brent? He's not really making a case for himself. So
you'll get him on the cheap now.
And Laporta was a really big piece to this offense. And while we still had a top offense without him last year, how long will we be able to sustain that? Because Laporta was a big contributor. So I've always liked Brock Wright. Brock Wright pretty much played his whole career here, almost just about, right? And he's been consistent. But to have a guy like Laporta out, that's a big hit to the offense, you know. So I'm a little 50-50.
Well, the big hit to the offense is not necessarily what people think it is. Not in his pass catching ability or anything like that. It's his blocking. Mm-hmm. He's a very good blocker.
Exactly.
He's an all-around great
exactly.
And you need and the way the offensive line is right now, you need any extra help you can possibly get.
Absolutely.
And he would be the extra help.
Absolutely. My bad. I was just going to say he and George Kittle were really the two best pass catching and blocking tight ends in the league. Mm-hmm. You know, and losing that with this type of offense is big.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is that when you look at tight end 2 and 3, Brock Wright's probably more of a blocking tight end than receiving tight end, and Tyler Conklin's more of a receiving tight end than a blocking tight end. So basically, you have two guys that do the opposite of what we need sometimes, you know, like it's it's concerning.
It's very hard to find an all-around tight end in the league. Mm-hmm. One that both can block and can also catch. So usually it is they're either a blocker or they are a receiver. Like there's no
right.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Porta's mixture of both. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough because if he's not going to be here, like I mean if he comes back game 2 or 3 and he's fine the rest of the year and he does great, cool. But we have to see it. And he keeps getting injured, even if it's little tinge injuries. I ain't going to sign you unless you want me to sign you with an incentive-laden contract. Like
well, they probably will do some kind of thing like that. Yeah.
I seldom see teams do that anymore. It's like, are you going to accept a 3-year, like $10 million contract and you have to play at least 80% of the games to get your nobody's gonna play that. They'll find a team that will pay you freaking like 3 years, like $70 million.
He's still young too. You can't give up on a young guy like that. Like he still hasn't even hit his prime yet.
You talking about Laporta?
Yeah, he came out of the gate right out like on fire. It's just he had a setback with the back.
Setbacks, and that's the scary thing is though. It's like if he's having these types of injuries early on in his career. You know, I wonder with more wear and tear, how will that affect him down the line?
Better with age, man. Injuries is not better with age.
They do not, especially that's the young man's game. Football is a young man's game. You know,
but the good thing is with Laporta is it's not like with Brock Bowers in Vegas, where Brock Bowers is the guy. Like he's going to have to catch 100 catches. He's going to have to be the main focal point of your offense. Sam Laporta is a part of our offense, but he's not the main focal point. We've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, we've got J-Mo, we've got Tesla. I like Laporta because Laporta takes the linebackers away from the middle of the field and opens up for guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, opens up slants for J-Mo. Like you need that threat.
For this year, I 100% agree. But when it comes to that, okay, now he needs a contract.
That's different. That's a difference. Yeah.
That's when you're like, you can't pay him like a number 1 receiver when he's.
No, we got to see how healthy he is. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but that's in check.
This injury for me puts the contract to the end of the season. Yeah, I think if he would have, since he started camp healthy and he was past the back injury. And if he played well in the middle of the season, they probably would pay him. This is actually probably going to derail him to the end of the season. And I think he's okay with that because if you listen to the interviews, he just wants to play ball. He's not even talking about contracts or anything like that. He understands the situation. He understands that tight ends are underpaid, so he wants the guys to get paid. But I think he just wants to play ball and stay healthy. So hopefully they'll figure that one out. Mm-hmm. So the good thing is, in my opinion, with the tight end thing is that last year it was a bigger issue because you just had Brock Wright, right? And then Brock Wright got hurt, remember? And then we're screwed. This year you got Tyler Conklin, so now you've got at least 2 tight ends that you can still run 2 tight end personnels, 12 personnel. You can still have Brock Wright as your blocker, and you can still put Tyler Conklin as a receiving tight end. And hopefully you get some kind of, results there from the passing game.
You'd put, genuinely probably put the blocker on the left side for the blind side, and then you put the pass catcher on the right side.
Yeah, I'm just saying you have option. You'll have a receiving option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends on how Pet uses his tight ends. I don't know how. I know he had Christian McBride at Arizona, but that's
Trey.
You're going from Christian McBride to Sam Laporta, so you really don't have any much of a change there because Christian McBride was awesome last year. But that was an individual effort. You didn't hear about the other damn tight end, though, did you? Hell no.
Sure
So, that's the thing.
That was another point.
I don't think Pet runs a lot of tight end sets. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he runs a lot of tight end sets. He's more of a everybody get in there for the run kind of guy.
Yeah.
You're going to rerun the ball more.
And that's another good point is that offense was predicated on Trey McBride to be successful. Like, the Lions can have other
Mike
weapons.
Wilson in there, and they had Harrison in there. They had Connor when he was healthy.
Yeah, the backup quarterback. Petz did a hell of a job of what he had. That gives me hope for him. Hopefully, with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else on the tight ends?
Nope.
Okay, let's move on to receivers. So obviously you have your main receivers: Amon-Ra St. Brown, J-Mo, Isaac Tesla. Who, if B thinks that they're going to carry 5 receivers, who's your next 2 receivers? Well, Dortch is going to be one of them because he's going to be a return guy. So 4.
Right.
So your 5th receiver. Who's your 5th receiver?
I'm going to say love it.
Love it. Okay. What would you say, B?
5th receiver. Hold on a minute. Let me see here.
Assuming Wilson's out. If Wilson wasn't hurt, I think Wilson makes the 5th receiver because he's a veteran guy. He's got speed, but I think he's going to be out for a little bit, according to what Dan's comment was about that.
I kind of did like what Tay Martin did today. He was pretty much all over the field.
He was.
I think Levitt's.
He got early reps. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Levitt's time is coming for him. He's about to. I don't know if they're going to keep him. Jackson did a pretty good job today too. He wasn't doing too bad. If I was going to keep Jackson, Lucky
Meeks?
Jackson.
Lucky Jackson.
Lucky Jackson. Yeah,
Small,
he did pretty good today. Yeah, he's 6'1". He's not short.
Okay. He looks short.
Malik Cunningham, I didn't see a lot of him at all. I don't think he's going to make.
He's a converted quarterback.
Black.
Yeah.
Tariq Black, I'm not sure about him either. So I would
Black
probably
has good
have to
size,
go.
man. If he just was more consistent, I like Black.
I want to give, if Cedric didn't get hurt, I would probably have him taking that 5th spot. Or who we got as the 4th spot? Dortch and then
Dortch.
Cedric.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Cedric took the 4th spot and Dortch took the 5th spot. It could go flip either way.
but if Cedric's out, then he's going to be. He'll probably be out he'll probably be on the IR. I would imagine.
Yeah. And then I would have to go with. I'd probably have to go with Tom Kennedy and maybe. I'd probably go with Tom Kennedy because there's really nobody else on that roster that I would probably be putting up there. If Tay Martin does better, if he gets more reps, he's a 6'3" corner. A 6'3" receiver. He only weighs 186 pounds. So I don't know how long that's going to last. Yeah. He needs to be bulkier. But anyway, yeah, I like Tay Martin. Tay Martin's pretty good.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Mr. Kennedy, if anybody remembers wrestling from years ago.
I do, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
Green Bay, Wisconsin, right?
I think it's Tom Kennedy, and I got a few last year. He did kickoff returns, and I was very impressed. Now he's not a speed demon, but he broke a lot of tackles when he did a few kick returns.
He's shifty.
I like him as a kick returner. Now, granted, he does not have breakaway speed or anything like that, but he can break some tackles that'll get you a few extra yards here on the kick returns and stuff like that.
He's reliable too on the offensive side too. Like,
and he's not a guy. He's not a guy that if they say, well, you're gonna have to go to the practice squad. That's where he lived and breathed. So he's
a true professional. He's a true professional.
Yeah. So I mean, I like him filling that last. I kind of think he deserves it in a way because he's been with us forever. But I think he adds a little bit extra in the kick return game in terms of just a pure like regular kick returner, nothing special.
And he can play special teams in other ways too. Like he can play gunner and stuff like that. And so I
think Tom Kennedy might actually make the team. But I mean, like you said,
it's looking that way.
Whatever.
This will be his best shot to make the team. I don't think he'll have a better shot than this year. I thought Wilson was the pencil in at the 5, but if that injury is serious, then it's probably going to be TK because of the fact that he has been on this team for a long time. He is reliable in other ways to use him. You know, he's just Mr. Consistent whenever he needs to get, whenever you need to play from him.
Mean, when he plays and he gets his 1 or 2 catches, he catches. I mean, he doesn't drop the ball. He's pretty consistent catching the ball.
I remember in the Chicago game when the game was on the line, Goff found him for a big play. You know, like he trusts him. So everybody said TK. B said Martin. I'm gonna say Black, man. I like Black. I don't know what it is. Like I like his size, the burst, that touchdown he had against Cincinnati. He beat that cornerback bad. But his problem is he's not consistent enough, you know, and you don't see enough of him. Now, hopefully we can get him on the practice squad. I really would like to keep him on there, and hopefully maybe he can develop more. But I'm a big fan of Black. I think that if he was more consistent, he probably would take that 5 spot. But it probably will be TK.
Yeah, I got Love It.
Love It.
Oh, Love It.
Love It, man.
Is like, make up a team.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of separation.
He's going to make the team. He's just not playing well enough.
Yeah,
he's not turning no heads at training camp. He's not for a person that they drafted that thought was going to take over the kick return duties, and then they had to go out and get Dorse. Yeah, I think his days are numbered here.
And I hate to say it again, guys, but man, if Law was healthy, he'd be that 5th receiver.
Don't. I really wanted Law to be.
I know, man.
I miss it.
Hey, be that way, yo. You know, that's a part of the game. That's the nature of the beast.
He'll be back next year. He'll be good to go, juiced up and everything. So yeah, we'll hopefully see what it looks like next year. All right, let's move on to the big uglies. All right. So I'm going to give you my starting 5, and then I'll let you go around, and then we'll talk about the backups. Yeah. So my starting 5 for game 1 in this order will be Penei Sewell. I think which side is probably Penei Sewell, and I'm going to go with Christian Mahogany, and I'm going to go with Juice Scruggs, and I'm going to go with Tate Ratledge, and I'm going to go with Blake Miller. B, go ahead.
Who did you have at the? You have Ratledge, right? Ratledge,
yeah. Ratledge with Miller, yeah.
Ratledge, Miller, and Ratledge will be playing on the
Mahogany.
side.
Yeah, I had Ratledge with Miller and Juice, and then Mahogany with Sewell.
Yeah, that's the only one I don't like. I don't like Mahogany.
Okay,
I don't know who's going to fit there. Frazier just failed me in life. I didn't like Scrubs either, but obviously McLaughlin failed at life today too. With Courtney.
Yeah, he had a rough game too. Yeah.
God, he did.
So that whole side of that offensive line needs some help. I mean, you're going to have the rookie over there. I'll give him credit because he hasn't played bad at all once he's in there.
He's been okay.
The guard and the center, man, that's ugly.
Yeah,
it's going to be ugly.
They got
I just
Panay
don't
Sewell's
know
on
who-
one side.
What's his name? McLaughlin, Tyler McLaughlin at center.
No,
Seth McLaughlin.
yeah, not Tyler, but yeah, McLaughlin.
Seth McLaughlin.
Seth
I keep calling.
McLaughlin.
I kind of like, you know who I was looking at that was playing in that game was Priestley. Priestley did a pretty good job in that game.
What is his
and
story? Did he come in? Did he come in on a workout, or what's this? I don't remember this guy.
He's a rookie.
Okay, there was another guy too, 77. Who was that? Was it Conklin or something? Conklin? I don't know.
No, that's Cochran. Yeah, Cochran.
Cochran. There you go.
Oh, Cochran, yeah.
Cochran,
Somebody kept calling him Johnny Cochran today. So, like, yeah.
I saw Cochran. I was like, who the fuck is Cochran, man? I'm usually pretty good about all these rosters.
I just know they got to figure this shit out. That's all I know because
Okay.
it's just.
So who are you
it's
sliding
just
in at that guard position? Who are you putting in if you don't want to put Frazier?
I don't want to put Frazier
Mahogany.
or Mahogany.
You gonna put Barch?
Maybe Borum. I don't know.
Borum.
We got crap Priestley. I don't know. We don't really got nobody to tell you the truth that's going to. Nobody said anything about the fact that they did take in Lakin Tomlinson and Will Hernandez over the week.
Yeah, that was surprising. I think that was just the kind of
no, that wasn't surprising. It wasn't kind of anything. They don't have no confidence in them guards. That's what that is.
Yeah,
no
but to get those guys
yeah,
shit.
They ain't shit. Lincoln Tomlinson is still pretty good offensive
guard. That's why
guard.
He's a free agent right now. Nobody wants him.
Well, I mean, that's why a lot of
I did like Lincoln, but he should have been drafted that high. All right, Chris, what do you think? What's your starting?
It turned out to be really good though. For the
it's pretty much the same as what you have. I mean, I
had so you have Mahogany and
I have Sewell. Mahogany was so the thing is I didn't want Mahogany until the center position disappeared. So I would have put probably Juice Scruggs over at left guard, but because it looked like he's going to have to play center. If Cade Mays was there, I might put Juice over instead of Mahogany. But
yeah,
now that Scruggs is going to have to play because McLaughlin is looking bad. But yeah, so I've got Panay, Mahogany, Scruggs, Ratledge, and Miller.
Okay, Jay, what do you say?
It's kind of hard. I really don't have. I know for sure Ratledge and Panay Sewell are going to be the starters, but everybody else is a little bit questionable just because so much could change. You know, I really just can't say. I do like Christian Mahogany at the guard spot, but like Chris just said, with that center position being a question mark, I don't know how they're going to squeeze that in there. It's hard. I really can't answer that question right now, really, to be honest.
Okay. So what do you think? Who do you think is going to make his backups? I would say Barch. Barch should make a backup because he's a veteran guy, and they liked him when they brought him in. So I don't think Sorsdahl and I don't know, man.
Hell no. Sorso really? You gonna think he can make it? Hell no.
Not that turnstile. I don't want that turnstile.
What about Frazier? Is Frazier gonna make the roster?
Absolutely.
If he keeps playing the way he is, hell no. In fact, he's third on the depth chart for the Lions
he's
now.
Been playing really bad lately. Yeah. Was he playing guard or tackle in this at the end of the game? It looked like he was playing tackle.
I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention to him, so I didn't. I was watching.
Because he played tackle at LSU. Because when they pulled Blake out, who was the other guy? Was it Cochran?
He done pissed me off the first game, so I was like, Frazier,
I'm
gonna do the same thing with Seth McLaughlin too. I'm like, hey, you do not.
Does he make the roster?
Who?
I would say he would make the roster because he's a pure center. That's the only reason why he would make the roster. They're gonna have to carry
about 9 or 10 linemen, guys. So you got your 5. Who's your other 4?
Well, usually they like their just like anybody, they like their linemen off. Versatile, so they can play multiple positions. So, I mean, you keep as many as you can. You put the rest on freaking practice squad.
Okay, so who are the guys? So I would say Seth is one. They probably keep Frazier because he's still a young guy and they drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Barch. I would keep Barch. Oh, like Larry's definitely.
I'll tell you somebody they might keep, and they've kept him every season since he's been here. Nice. He went off with an injury today.
Yeah, he looked okay.
Yeah.
But he looked okay later on. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, and
what about
he'll make it. He'll make it.
What about the big Canadian guy, the 6'9"? Was he like?
Is he even playing? He's hurt. He's not even playing.
Who, Giovanni Manu?
Yeah, he's on. He's not even
No,
playing.
he's not even
He's
playing.
out.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
He's going to be out.
He's going to be on the IR anyways. Yeah, he's going to be on IR.
He's going to be out. Once he gets on
Just
that IR, bye. See you later, King Rocks.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? What about the Presley guy? What is he? The guard? Is he a guard?
He's an offensive tackle.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
an
a
offensive
tackle?
tackle. Yeah,
He's a tackle.
They don't even have him. They have him as the fourth line.
Yeah, they'll bring
I know.
him back. They'll bring him back on practice squad. They're not going to put him on the 53 because the swing tackle is going to be Larry. It's going to be Panay, Miller, and Larry, and Larry's going to be the swing. So, but yeah, I am worried about the guard spot, man.
I'm not real big about this offensive line right now. They got to really come together and.
Losing Cade sucked, man. Let's just be honest. Losing Cade, that was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bump in their program. Again, don't make Cade out to be like he was this.
No, but the one position that we tried to fill in the offseason, the guy gets fucking hurt.
Guard too.
That right guard position in there. Yeah, the right guard position. Nobody has any problems with. I mean, it's just.
They got Panay on the other side.
I mean, it's hard to predict an injury to happen. Like you could have signed the best center. You could have. What was the guy that top center that was out there? You could have signed him.
Vegas.
Yeah, but it was a freak injury. It was a freak injury too.
But see, what I'm saying is the loss from that to Cade is that would have been a difference. That would have been a big difference because he's a way better center than Cade Mays is. So, I'm just saying.
But is Cade's backups? How far are they from Cade?
Well, we're going to see because if he plays center,
Scruggs was one of the worst PFF guys last year with the Texans.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Our offensive line is looking like it did at the beginning. Our center. I thought our offensive line was actually better than it was last. It was better than this year than it was last year. Was fine. That line was better than this year's line.
Just run Tate's way. That's all I'm gonna say. Just run Tate's way and Miller's way. That's that's the best side.
Be cautious about that too. Just run where Panay Sewell is at.
You have to.
Panay's gonna be protecting, so run that way.
You can roll out.
That's why you run that way.
You roll to the left and run to the right.
Gotta do something.
I mean, Goff's going to be fine because Panay Sewell's going to protect his ass all year. Yeah. But the other side, I mean, it's going to be shit. Hope and prayer.
I mean, Goff will be fine to the sides from that side of the field. But who's coming up the middle is the problem that I have. Your center position is one of the most important things you got to have there because if you got people coming up the center, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are as quarterback, you're going to get rushed.
How long is Cade supposed to be out? Is it like 4 games into the season?
We're not going to see him until after the bye week, probably.
Yeah,
which is early. So like probably game 4 or something like that.
Our week 6 is our bye week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got an early bye week again this year.
I hate that crap. But anyways, that's
another story. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess have that injury early and hopefully he stays healthy the rest of the year. That's the goal, right?
I mean,
rather have that injury early than have it late.
I mean, hey, our no schedule is easy ever. Like you look at it and you just say, it is what it is. On paper, it obviously looks pretty good to the first part of the season.
Well, so, you go by what you think you know.
Yeah, but
you go by what last year is. But the point of the whole honesty of the situation is all these teams over the course of the offseason, they overturn their roster by 1/3. So you don't know what a player could come in there and be making a difference of the third that they turned over. That's why I say the schedules don't care. That's why I say I don't care about the schedules. You have to play those games.
Yeah,
right.
It's going to be a lot tougher than people think they're going to be.
Yeah,
even with Kamara down. Not playing that first week, they still going to be a tough out.
Well, if we lose to the Saints, we got problems. That's all I got to say because I expect to win that game.
Man. They're going to be tough. Don't assume
first game of the season always tough when you got to get back on your
second-year quarterback. We can't lose to a second-year quarterback in our own house.
Hell, we got our
You
asses kicked
you
by a
also
rookie
got-
in the playoffs.
You
Yeah,
gotta
but that
remember-
was Jaden Daniels, man. Jaden Daniels, if he stays healthy, he's
And,
one of the
and
best
he ain't
defensive
done shit since.
The diff-
Well,
but he's a lot better than Tyler.
I'm not even counting that whole situation because we had no defense that game. We
Yeah,
were rolling
but
out Billy
what I'm
Bob
saying
and-
is he's not
and
Tyler
Mary
Shuck,
St.
okay?
Jane
You
from
can't lose
across
to
the
Tyler
street
Shuck.
over there on the defense. So I'm not even worried about that whole situation. What I'm worried about, because we'll have a good defense. I think what the Saints is, Kellen Moore is probably rubbing his hands right now. I think he's less though, because the defensive line is really the heart and soul of this team at the moment, I believe. Because if they can get to that quarterback, if they can get the Shuck, it's going to be over with for the Saints. I'm going to tell you that right now.
And I think
careful, J Train might be watching.
and I think
I'm just saying.
And I think honestly, like, not to get ahead, because we'll talk about the Saints next week, but I think honestly, this defense is going to have to carry this offense early on as much as possible, because Shep's already he's a veteran staffer in this team, and he's got a veteran unit that, God willing, stays healthy. Offensively, there's a lot of ifs and buts because, Petsing's a new offensive coordinator. We don't have our starting center. We don't know what that other guard position is going to look like. We don't know who the backup running back is going to be. There's a lot of ifs. We don't know who our other receivers are going to be. Like, the offense really has a lot of questions outside of Goff and St. Brown and Penei Sewell and Gibbs and throw.
But that's the thing. The what if on the offensive line goes into the entire offense. So,
right.
Yeah. So if the offensive line does not work, then neither will Gibbs nor Ron Ross, St. Brown, or Jared Goff. So
our defense needs to wake up and take the bell early on until we get Cade Mays back healthy.
And I'm not putting everything on the defense. They look better, but they look better in preseason. I want when we're finished with that first game of the season, we can go and sit and evaluate if we blew up the Saints and it looked like awesome. That's really good spark. If they come out and they're just okay, well, we're same defense we pretty much always had.
But I think we expect the defense to take a huge step forward.
I would hope.
Okay, we can't stay pat where we are right now. We have to take a step forward. I
looked back the last 30 years on our defense. It's just based on stats. We have only had a top 15 defense like
TA was the defensive coordinator, right?
4 times. We were top 5, which was 3-2. The 2014, that 1 year. Everything the other times were mid, and everything else after that was 20 and worse. Like, we have never had a good defense consistently ever. So,
but if the talent is healthy, this defense should be top 10, right?
I could see.
That's why I keep trying to tell you. That's what I call it the we'll see season, because we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't see. Yeah. I don't have any. I don't have any confidence like I did when they went 15-2. Remember 15-2? Like the point I always keep pointing out to. Remember the Houston game when they were down, and you always saying, "Oh man, this game over." And Jay was like, "Oh, this game over, man."
Oh shit! It's 5 picks. I think a lot of.
I was like, "Oh yeah, it ain't over. You still got a whole half of football, and I'm confident the Lions are going to come back and win." And what happened? They came back and won. I was so confident in that team. Last year, not too much confidence. This year, really no confidence. So I gotta see. I gotta see what these guys are going to put out there, and I think that Terrell Austin, but it wasn't Terrell Austin defense necessarily, because that's when we had Jim Schwartz. So Jim Schwartz was the defensive guru on that whole situation. Anyway, this is the other thing I got to say about it too. I think when Dan Campbell, if we get say for instance, when we start the season and it comes to who gets the ball first, I think Dan really needs to let the offense of the New Orleans Saints get on there first, so the defense can dig in and possibly set them back.
Yeah, I think he probably will.
Yeah,
that's really, because the year they went 15-2, every time they got the ball, who would go to first? The offense, and the offense usually paid that money. So,
Yeah.
but you can't do that. I just don't have enough confidence in that offensive line, man.
And I will say this, that what gives me two things. I'm hopeful that we have pass rushers now. Like B said, you've got Hassasin, Aiden's going to be Aiden. You've got Moore, who I think is going to be a standout for this defense. The way they're using Moore, it's a Micah Parsons type of role. They're playing him more in the jack position because of his athleticism.
Wantum,
and then you got DJ Wantum, who's going to start with Aiden, and you sprinkle in Moore and Hassasin and anybody else who
your boy Hill, whatever the hell his name is, that guy too. I think he's going to be
he's more of a defensive tackle, right?
But that's okay though. But that's part of the defensive line. You want people that are going to rev up to be in your defense.
Who are you talking about?
Your guy Hill, whatever his name is, Hill. Your boy.
Skyler,
Gill. He's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think you're going to see.
He's a D tackle. He'll be in the rotation with the D tackles. But they might use him as a big end.
Yeah, that's what he did say. Okay. He did say.
But here's the thing. Here's the second point. We don't have our starting two safeties. And those are the heart and soul. Outside of Aiden, those are the heart and soul of our defense. Those two safeties. So that's where I have a huge pause, because I'm like, damn it, our D-line can be on paper looking damn good this year. And we had a lot of sacks last year. We can definitely do more sacks this year with more pass rushers. And the linebackers are solid. You got Jack and you got White and you got Barnes and you got Rodrigo. I'm happy with our linebackers. Secondary, God help us. We don't have our two best safeties. That's the big thing that hurts the most, is that if we had both our safeties, I feel a lot better about this defense.
I think the Lions approached the focus of the offseason in the right way. They already knew they were going to have some problems with their safeties. So what they did was they lumped up their defensive line so that they put more pressure on the quarterback. You got more dynamic players out there to blitz and do all kinds of. And Devin White's going to be a senior guy out there. He'll put it in there. You got Wanham that's in there. You got Derek Moore, who's going to probably be a sensation once he gets himself together. I mean, you've got a lot of players on that defensive line that can make a difference in a play, and you don't have to worry about it getting to, kind of think about it, and I hate to say this, be like Chicago Bears defense last year. Their defensive line was pretty good, but the reason why they were opportunistic because the defensive line was putting pressure on the quarterback, and that's the reason why they forced the quarterbacks to turn over the ball.
And they have ball hawking
not against Detroit, but against other teams that they played
and they have ball hawking players on the secondary.
But they don't. But and that's what we need. We need them to give us turnovers where they're easy turnovers. Like
that's the easiest way to eliminate a weakness on the defensive side. If your D line's getting to the quarterback quick enough, secondary doesn't need to work as hard. So
the Lions
that's
were
what
ninth,
I'm saying. Yep.
And the Lions were ninth in turnover differential, so it's not bad. It's top 10. So it's not like they were terrible. I mean, the Bears were, like you said, 22 plus 22 in turnover differential.
They were opportunistic and lucky, like really lucky.
Also, too, they gave up a lot of yards too. They played the bend break defense.
They had a terrible defense. They really did.
And that's
it wasn't
fine.
For those turnovers.
Right, and that's fine. If we're gonna play the bend break defense, we need to be damn good in the red zone. That's the key. We were terrible in the red zone last year. Everybody scored in the red zone against us.
Yeah.
So if we can be top 10 in the red zone, then you're talking about good situation for the Lions.
If we gave up 400 yards of offense in a game and the other team only scored 14 points, I'm fine. Yeah. It's a lot of yards, but there's only 2 touchdowns, and we're going to outscore them. So.
And B brings up the 15-2 season. When our offense was really good and defense was ass because we had nobody, what we have to do? We had to get them to punt. We had to score pretty much every drive, but we had to get the defense to at least get a couple of punts.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said in that Washington game. I said what they had to do is they had to keep going down there and scoring. They couldn't punt, and I said as soon as they punt, I said this game over with because they had to punt. You can't let the offense punt. They got to keep going down there and score because Washington's going to do the same thing because we got no defense.
So, last one had the ball wins.
I believe in.
And I hate that.
I believe in Shep. I like Shep a lot. I think he's a very passionate guy. And I think that year 2 and 3 are going to be probably his best
What's up,
years.
Chicken Nugget?
So I'm really hoping that, God willing, if our defense stays healthy, man, we don't lose any key positions or players. We should have a decent defense.
But that's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask. I mean, our
It sure
team
is.
is victorious.
That's just the name of the game.
Yep.
People get injured. Sometimes it's the player that you least expect to get injured. It's just how you
We can't
overcome
lose
it.
our key players. That's the thing. We can't lose the key players. But anyways. All right.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, any other topics? Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else that's going on in the NFL? Or we can, yeah. So yeah, we're playing the Colts in Indianapolis. I don't even know who their quarterback. I think Richardson will probably play. I'm sure. I don't know who else their quarterbacks behind them are.
They got Leonard.
They got Riley. They got Riley Leonard. Yeah,
Leonard,
who started last
he's
year
really
too.
good.
Yeah.
He's a really good corner. They're probably going to be fighting for the second spot or the backup quarterback role behind Daniel Jones, but I think Riley's going to win that one.
Let's do it this way because we're probably not going to see any starters this last game. This is evaluation time. Yeah. This is basically cut time for a lot of players or last chance time.
I want to see starters. Like if I'm not seeing starters, I'm having an issue. I have a serious issue.
The starters was this game. This was a starter game.
There was no starters, though.
There was no starters.
There's no starters.
The
offensive side was kind of
actual starters, like St. Brown.
No, there was DJ Reed played. DJ Reed want them play,
but Hutchinson didn't play.
McNeil didn't play.
Campbell didn't play.
I want to see Amon Ra. I want to see
McNeil didn't play.
I want to see the guys.
I'm not even worried about the defense. Defensive side start. I want to see the offensive players start. That's what I want to see.
Okay, so do we think they're going to play starters? I don't think they are.
They probably won't, but they need to.
Okay.
They need to. Because that week 1, I know it's going to be bad, but I don't want it to be worse. That's the thing. That I don't want to start off slow and have to figure it out.
Well, you're going against the Saints rather than going against the Packers on the road. I'll say that.
I get that, but man, I don't care.
Minus I get you. Minus the fact that we're not playing starters. Give me 5 players, each one of y'all, who might be on the bubble for the roster that you want to see in this next game.
Give me a minute.
Hasani.
Like on the bobble from being cut to being on the roster.
Well, Hasani.
No. I'm thinking you're saying like period. Like
give me players you think roster. Yeah, no, just give me some 5 players that you want to see. It could be the same players, it's fine. That you think are on the bubble to make the 53-man roster or being cut.
Sione Vaki, think he's one of them.
Yep.
Vaki's not gonna get cut, bro.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Dan literally said in his presser that Vaki's one of the best special teams players they have. You don't make that comment and cut a player like that. And Fit will flip shit if that happens. Literally flip shit.
I think Manu I was about to call him Manu Ginobili.
He's on IR. He's on IR.
You ain't gonna see nothing from him in that game anyway because he ain't gonna be.
I think what's his name? Clark might be.
Clark? No.
Y'all don't think so? I mean, I could be wrong.
No, Clark was getting first team reps.
I wouldn't say Clark, but
no.
Maybe Harper. Dan Jackson.
No, I haven't heard anything from Harper. Dan Jackson very well.
Yeah, and I like
Dan Jackson. Dan Jackson might be on a bubble too. Jackson might be gone.
Yeah, Dan Jackson probably make the practice squad.
Yeah.
I like Dan Jackson, but yeah, he's gonna make the practice squad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? You can also name names. We can just talk about it.
I know. I'm just trying to see here.
I don't know. That's hard, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
especially on the defensive side of the ball.
After you get past the second string, whatever positions they decide to like, well, we need more here than here is going to change because if they decide they need more defensive players, that takes away from the offensive side of the ball and vice versa. So
right, it's a numbers game. They're gonna have more linemen or D line, O line. They always have more D linemen, O line.
There's gonna be a plethora of linemen that you would want to look at. Like for instance, you haven't heard nothing from Levi, Wingo, Chris Smith, Miles Adams, Tyler Lacey. Those are guys that could be Damone Clark.
Lacey's fine. They know what they have in Lacey. They played him last year.
Anthony Lucas, that's last year. Anthony Lucas. Eric
Well, I'm saying he
O'Neal,
hasn't played this year either. So if he's not
your
playing,
boy Skylar Gil Howard, Ben Stills.
Gil
Ben Stills
Howard's
probably
fine.
will be gone. Definitely will be gone.
You also have
Uh,
to take into account when they get down to these cut lists, other teams are going to be watching all the other players getting cut.
Sure, yeah.
So you're going to want to pick up other players. So if somebody
Yeah.
gets cut and you're looking at the one guy that was on the bubble and you're like, yeah, you're done, dude. And we're going to get another guy. Like,
I mean, Luke's going to be cut. They're going to only carry 2 quarterbacks. They'll probably just cut him and then try to put him on the practice squad.
well, they
I don't
can
see
have
him
3.
making 53. I don't see him taking 3 quarterbacks. I think they're fine with Dobbs.
No, they got to have 3 quarterbacks. They got to have emergency.
They didn't have 3 last year. They had 2.
They did.
yeah, they
Oh,
did.
they
They
had
had
last year.
an emergency quarterback. They're
Yeah.
not on the roster.
Right, but they could put him on. They could put him on the practice squad. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, Luke
I mean,
Altmaier could be our
he could be
emergency
part of the
quarterback.
53 too. I mean, that's part of the clause.
I will bet
of,
you $20 he's not on the 53-man roster.
If he is,
If
he
you want to
ain't.
take that. He's not going to be. I'm telling you.
He
It's going to
might
be
be.
Dobbs.
If
It's gonna
Dobbs,
be Dobbs.
if Dobbs plays as crazy as he's been playing so far, he ain't going to be on that roster. Period.
He's a veteran. They don't want one thing about backup quarterbacks. They need somebody that's a veteran that sees stuff like Goff does. Luke Meyer doesn't see shit. He's a rookie.
Now Dobbs does not see things like Goff does. Come on, and he runs.
No. But I'm saying
You don't
okay.
know. No.
No. But no.
What are we doing? Stop it.
No. What I'm trying, you guys aren't understanding what I'm saying. So when Goff is on the field, you want a veteran quarterback to see something that maybe he doesn't see. You're not going to get that from Altmaier. You're going to get that from a guy like Dobbs who's had experience in the NFL.
Or how about this? They don't have either one of those quarterbacks, or they put Altmaier on the practice squad and they get another. Somebody releases another veteran quarterback and they get that. Because trust me, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that are better than Dobbs right now. A lot of them that are.
Maybe I don't know. I don't see anybody releasing a good.
They just gotta
veteran quarterback.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they got to be releasing. I don't see anybody that will want to do that.
The only one that I would consider, and I know I'm gonna get shit for this, but they're not gonna release him. But I would take him. Is famous Jameis.
Nah,
I would take Jameis and Winston as a backup. Absolutely.
I would take him as a backup.
I would
He's a
take
slinger.
Jameis.
He's
my
a
man name
gunslinger.
from San Francisco, backing up. Oh boy,
Oh,
They're
ain't
not
going
gonna
nowhere.
he ain't
He
going
ain't gonna
anywhere.
let him go.
Mac Jones, Mac and cheese.
Mac
they're not
Jones.
gonna let him.
Mac Jones,
Or Trey Lance.
Mac
Trey Lance might be another name.
Jones.
Trey Lance. If they let Trey Lance go,
Trey Lance is
Trey Lance's way.
he's better than Dobbs.
Trey Lance's cheeks. I don't
No,
know.
I don't know about that. Dude, you're reaching there.
I've seen more from Trey Lance than I've seen from Dobbs in this preseason, but I don't know. But
I just don't think
I mean-
I don't think Dobbs is the answer. I think he's here
of
for a
course not.
purpose, just to take over his
He's
spot.
just
I
a
wouldn't
voice.
mind them getting Fromm again. Where the hell is Fromm at?
Jake from
Wouldn't
State
it be
Farm.
Yeah. Jack-
If
How
somebody
about
like
Fromm?
Fromm, they would have picked them up already.
How about this? Do you think Dobbs is better than Drew Aller or Will Howard or Mason Rudolph? Bleh.
I would
I
not
think
take
Drew
Rudolph. I would maybe look at Will Howard.
Because
I
those.
think-
Hell,
Howard.
Howard, nah,
So-
nah.
So you've got Aaron as the starter, and then you in Pittsburgh. Then you got Rudolph, Howard, and all. I mean, they all can't be. They
Right.
can't carry 4 quarterbacks. So
Duh.
come on.
most all teams have a good backup quarterback. Like
Well,
they're not going
Pittsburgh
to
is
release
smart.
their backup.
Pittsburgh is smart. They're not going to release Aller
No.
anyway. Aller's
Aller's
pretty
the future,
good.
bro.
Aller's the future.
Yeah.
Will Howard is an Ohio State quarterback. That's all you need to say there.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's why.
No, not
No, it ain't that.
him. He's
Name
terrible.
a Ohio State quarterback right now that's good. Thank you. Anyway, next.
Moving on.
Maybe Michigan.
Moving
Outside
on.
Tom Brady, maybe Michigan quarterback is good.
We're not talking about Michigan quarterbacks.
Chad
We're talking about Ohio State
Henney.
quarterbacks.
Chad Henney.
Yeah.
He's not even playing anymore.
Henney.
Come on now.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so fine. So what if I'm trying to think of a quarterback that might be released. What if Flacco
Let's get
got
Anthony
released for
Richardson.
whatever reason? Would you take Flacco over Dobbs?
Hey,
I'd take Flacco.
Hell yeah, I would take Flacco over Dobbs in a freaking heartbeat.
Oh,
Bro,
in a
Flacco's like
millisecond.
50, man.
I don't give a damn. He can still win you
Flacco's like
games.
50.
Yes, he can. I'll take.
Hey, what about the quarterback from the Commanders that we played today? Like that other guy, I can't say his fucking name. Or Hartman?
Whatever the hell Hartman is.
I like Hartman. I mean, I would take.
But is he really a veteran? I don't think he's
Are
a
you talking
veteran.
about what is it?
Calicac
Yeah, not that guy. Not that guy.
Something sack. I don't know.
Calicac Madness or whatever his name is.
Not that guy. Hell no.
What if what if the Vikings release Wentz?
Yeah, that could be.
I can see that. You know what? I like that.
Because you got Kyler and you got JJ.
But the thing is, I don't think they want JJ.
Actually, I would like a quarterback that has a little bit mobility. That if we're going to get as a backup and a veteran, so that they can run. Because I don't know how this offensive line is going to be. And if ever the case, knock on wood, that Goff gets hurt, we need a backup quarterback that can be mobile.
Yeah.
So I want somebody mobile.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but we're just talking about a backup. I think our future quarterback's in the draft. It's not anywhere on.
I'm not talking about for future quarterback. Just somebody that can come in and just
I'm talking about this year.
Dobbs can run, but he can't pass worth a shit. So he's past his prime doing all that crap.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Luke Altmaier hasn't been bad.
That's all right, Robbie. Allen's your quarterback. I don't care what you say.
I mean,
anyway.
Altmaier's been what I expected him to be watching his tape. He doesn't have a lot of arm strength. He usually throws intermediate passes. We haven't seen a lot of deep shots with him. He's got a little wiggle, but like B said, he got to work on his awareness a little bit. But the line's not helping out either. He's not giving him a chance to even make a play. That Conklin fucking whiff was terrible, man. Like, god damn, like it's terrible. But
Justin Fields in Detroit.
You know what? I'll take Justin Fields, man.
What's up, David?
I'll take him over Dobbs. I'll take him over
Hell
Dobbs.
Hell no.
And I don't have a problem with that
It would
either.
give him another option to
and he's a running quarterback.
Hell
he's a
no.
mobile quarterback.
And he's been killing our asses every time. So join the
Who are you talking about?
Fields.
Justin Fields.
I like him. He ain't leaving KC. If I was him, I would stay with KC the rest of my life.
You know what? That other quarterback for KC, I forgot his name, England or something like that. He's not bad either. If he got released, I'd take a shot at him.
Hey,
I forgot what his. I can't say.
Jay, Jay, let's go get JJ McCarthy.
Hell no. Hell no. Keep him in Minnesota.
I can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Hell no, bro.
McCarthy, I will say this: if Tyler,
don't be bombing on my boy like that. He got put in a bad situation.
Bro.
I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
He's
just not with Minnesota. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, what if Badgett got released from the Bears? Would you take Badgett?
Got released?
Tyler
Hell yeah! Badgett's another guy.
Yeah,
I saw him at the Reese's Senior Bowl. He's got a lot. So Badgett has a good story. He wasn't even supposed to go to the Senior Bowl, and somebody didn't show up. So they walked out on his last game of the field, on the field, and told him personally that he got invited. He had a lot to play for. If anybody comes from a tough situation, it's Badgett. I would love him.
He's been solid for Chicago. I think they gave him a contract, so they're not letting him go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he a 2-year contract. This will be the last of his 2 years.
But you're going to see who gets
what about Sam Levitt?
Watson? Yeah, he gave up on football. I saw that.
Sam Levitt?
He gave up on football.
I'm sorry, not Sam Levitt. What's his name? I can't even think of his name.
What about porn star Jimmy? Is he still in the NFL?
Jimmy G?
Dude, Ty Simpson is legit. He looks good. Have you seen Ty Simpson in preseason? I like what I see from that guy.
In preseason.
I'm just saying.
Everybody's doing great in preseason.
He's the future after Stafford. That's why they drafted him. So
the Rams better hope he's the future.
I would take point star Jimmy.
I wouldn't have took him that high. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have took him that high.
I mean, he's looking pretty good.
What about Will Levis?
How about Sam Howell?
Not Levis. He's too cocky.
I love Sam Howell.
Sam Howell is a pretty good quarterback.
He's the third quarterback on Dallas. So,
oh my God, Milton's the number 2.
But I'm just saying Sam Howell
pretty good though.
Sam Howell's got a strong ass arm. He's just not super accurate. But
so I know he's on the Whackers, and I don't know if they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. But Kyle McCord, out of Syracuse. He's the third quarterback on the
No.
team behind Tyrod Taylor, and Tyrod Taylor is looking pretty solid right now.
No.
I would consider Kyle McCord, but you have to trade with him. Unless he gets
Absolutely.
And you got to remember something too. We can sit here and throw out names all day.
Yeah.
But it's really what the Lions are going to.
Oh, yeah,
you know how the
absolutely.
Lions are with backup quarterbacks.
That's why it's a podcast. We can have our own debates. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Everything's
Junior.
debatable.
I don't want penis.
No, we don't want Penix.
Penis.
No Penix.
Yeah, we don't want McCord either. No,
I'm straight. No blow Ohio State quarterbacks, please.
Right.
How about
McCord
Will
was not from
Levis?
Ohio State. He played at Syracuse. Or
How
did
about
he
Will
play at Ohio
Levis?
State? Oh,
Yes, he played
Who's
at
that?
Ohio State.
Will Levis.
he did.
I said Will Levis, yo.
Will
We
Levis.
don't-
Dan
hey.
Campbell would beat the shit out of Will Levis, dude, because he's so cocky.
And we
You
don't
can't
want no
have two
mayonnaise
outfits.
in our coffee.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's where I was going with that. I was wondering would somebody catch on with that one.
I
Ew.
don't want no
That's
mayonnaise in my
disgusting.
coffee.
All right.
Right.
All right. Any other thoughts before we wrap this? Yeah, we don't need Rudolph. I'll keep
Mason
Dobbs.
Rudolph ain't a bad choice. I mean,
I'll keep
he's-
Dobbs over Rudolph.
I don't know.
All right.
I wouldn't keep Dobbs over Rudolph.
DJ
Any final thoughts before we wrap this puppy up? Any thoughts? What y'all thinking or feeling right now?
I'm not feeling confident. That's for sure.
Ugh.
I need to see something more. I'm telling you, I just need to. Yes, he's a disgusting individual.
What do you need to see? What do you need to see? Tell me.
I need to see this. I need to see the starters play at least one or two series next week. That's it. All like the starters.
That's what I would like to see too. I'm with the C money.
I gotta see it. If they're not playing,
I'm not against it, but I don't think it'll happen. But
I just don't like. I don't like to going into the. I know practice does a lot, but it doesn't give you the game intensity that a practice does. I just yeah. Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm Dobbs is through.
I mean,
13-2.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, with Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, their synergy is like this. I mean, I think the O-line.
Hey, how's it going, man?
The O-line might be something to consider because, yeah, we do need to see the O-line gelling. I mean, losing Cade Mays sucked, and so we got to see how Penei works with Mahogany or whoever it is, and then how Juice works with Ratledge and Miller. So
that's why I want to see them on that
there.
at least one or two series, is because we see it in practice, and that's great. And when you fumble the ball and you're just like, shoot, we could start over again. In a real game, you can't.
Yeah, but you know what? When you saw Dobbs get hit, everybody was like, yep, that's why Goff's not in there. Exactly. I guarantee a lot
Well,
of
it didn't have
people
Penei Sewell either, and that's where
what I'm saying.
the
You
bulk of
didn't have
the
starting-
rush came from. The side. They're coming from the ends. All that game, most of the rush was coming from the end. So if you had Penei in there, if you had the actual offensive line that you wanted to put in there, I don't think that would have happened. So
probably not. But we didn't see it from Penei, but we saw it from Decker. I saw it personally. The first play of the game, Goff gets laid out from Decker's side. So, I mean, I have all the faith in Penei Sewell, but guys, he hasn't played left tackle in almost 5-6 years.
That's a dude that you can put in any spot.
No, you can say that all you want, but it's like riding a bicycle. You get back on that boy, you know what's going on.
That's the first night Hall of Famer.
I think that. But when you listen to his interviews, he definitely said like he plays it off. So I do agree with you. I do think that when he got back sliding to left tackle, it's like being home again, right? He's like, this is where my natural position is. So I think he'll be fine. But there could be some rust. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Dude, as soon as he step away from the game, he gonna have that gold jacket. That's the dude you can put on that left side. He ain't got to play it for 10 years. He gonna go over there and he's still gonna cause damage.
I agree, man. I love me some Penei Sewell. And I tell you what, man, we got a good one in Blake Miller. He's gonna have some ups and downs, but the guy's been durable.
He's a rookie,
right? But he's been durable his whole career. He's been solid, and you don't hear anything.
Jay, I hear him in the background.
I don't know why my camera isn't working. I mean,
and you don't.
All right, we can hear you.
And you don't hear anything from Blake Miller, which is a good sign. You know.
You know something I did see earlier today that he did have a couple missed blocks, and But that's
that could be
a lot
cleaned
more
up.
growing. Yeah, that's I just hope he can
We're
clean
good.
it up. And they were talking about how consistent he is. He plays literally every single game. That's a guy that you know is going to get better. He's dedicated to getting
Dude,
better.
he's going
You know
against
he has that
97 every
potential.
practice. You don't think you're going to get better when you're going against 97?
Absolutely.
Panay loves to go against 97. He says,
Because
I get juiced up, man.
Just like anything else, you're going to have games where he's going to have bad games, really bad
absolutely.
games.
He's gonna have ups and
And
downs.
people are going to be like, they're going to throw their arms up. They're going to be like, this guy isn't what we thought he was. And you're going to be like,
sink or swim.
Yep.
I don't say the thing about that too. That's for fans that say that.
Exactly.
People who watch football understand it takes about 3 years for somebody to mature in the NFL.
Exactly.
So,
unless they're a Hall of
you
Famer,
gotta let him.
just know
Unless they're letting somebody through the turnstile every 6 times. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. But if they're out there and they make one little mistake or they get a sack, they get beaten bad on the sack. I'm not holding that against him because that happens to rookies.
You know what his biggest test is going to be? His first big test? It's going to be against Micah Parsons. Well, actually, you know what? No, Micah Parsons is going to be out for a while, right?
Yeah, he won't be back.
He's going to be out until November.
Ooh.
Yeah. The thing is, people need to understand he's not going to be Panay Sewell right off the bat. Okay, there's only one Panay Sewell.
Of course,
he's going to be Blake Miller. But I tell you what, from what I've seen from him in the practices and what I've seen from him in the games, he looks like he'll be a solid player. I don't know how great he's going to be, but he'll be a solid player for us, which is all we can ask for. Mm-hmm. Because the right tackle doesn't have to be dominant like Panay Sewell was, but he's got to be average to better than average. Because Panay Sewell is going to be stellar.
All I need is him to do is just block the guy long enough for the quarterback to throw the ball. That's it. That's it.
If there's a blitz on that side, there's a rusher coming in on that side.
They're gonna put a lot of speed rushers against him, so he's gonna have to learn very quickly.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, he's a rookie. I would, if I'm a defensive player, put my best guy on him. Like
it's also slow footed.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He'll learn.
Well, he goes against 97 every game, every practice.
And see, this is exactly the reason why I said the running back situation on our team is going to be because they're going to have to chip block that whoever's coming from his side if they have somebody lining up there.
Yeah. This was
and it can't be Sailor.
Yeah, you're
right. You get blown up. You're getting blown up by a cornerback.
I will say this is the worst year to not have a physical running back like David Montgomery, because you're gonna moving pieces on the offensive line. Man,
yeah, you're gonna miss his size. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's another thing too. The Lions will address in the next year's draft is get the bigger back because Pacheco and Gibbs are kind of the same size players and body types. You need a bruiser, and we don't have a bruiser. Sailors is probably your biggest back. And I don't know what Sailor's like, 220 or something like that? He's not that big of a guy.
Somebody I want the Lions to go after. I know this is prematurely, but Marshall out of U of M. That boy's good. Marshall out of U of M. That boy's good.
You want everybody from Michigan.
I mean, look at how they play, though. Name me, outside of J.J. McCarthy, name me a Michigan bus that you can just name right off the hand. Look at the running backs that come out of there. Good, right?
I mean, outside of the receivers, they really haven't hit on their receivers other than Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards is really good.
They never been a wide receiver type.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something about the Lions in their next draft. You said about Goff being 31, blah, blah, blah. It'd be their best interest to draft a quarterback next year. You want to know why?
Why? Deep.
He's not gonna play for a little while because Goff's going to be here, right? Sure. So don't you have to pay him based on how he's going to play when his rookie contract comes up? If you ain't playing, you ain't going to get paid that damn much. So and by that time, Goff's contract is going to be ridiculous. So we're going to have to eat that. We're going to have to get rid of that contract and get.
So
if you draft him right now, I think that would be a good move.
But you have to draft him in the second or third round because if you draft him in the first round, he's got to get the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So you want to stay away.
Not only
from
that, he's going to get paid
for
pretty
the
money
quarterback
already.
Well,
hey, you know what? If they can find that guy,
I'd rather pay a rookie. I'd rather pay that contract and play Goff's contract when it comes up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was just gonna say if they find that guy,
you're talking either or, then but
It could be.
I think they're gonna have to restructure Goff at some point.
But the problem is if you're drafting your quarterback next year, you got a late first round. You ain't getting the quarterback you want to replace Goff. You're getting a maybe. I mean, who knows? That's
we might need a cornerback. We might need another cornerback in the first.
You got to take the
Mendoza
approach.
Guard.
What Vegas is doing with Mendoza, start your veteran quarterback. I know it's not Goff, but it's at the same time he's still a veteran
if Goff doesn't take any injuries, he can play for the next 5 or 6 years at a high level.
Depending on our offensive line, can get their.
Well, I mean
other than that.
Yeah, but even with a shitty line last year, he was fine.
Nate, Sailors is 195.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Small.
He got blew up by a corner.
Mango.
You know what? I'll have to tell you, he did not set himself to block though. He turned around. He had to get up and underneath to get the pressure, and he didn't. He just took him straight on and didn't have his feet set. He just got boom. He just got ran over.
Choice will work on him on that. But I'll tell you a guy that I really was wanting to see more of, and he got hurt, is Robichaud. The guy, that big ass guy, Kyle Robichaud, he got hurt the first game.
Yeah,
and he's out for a minute. I liked him, man. He was running hard. He's a bigger back. Robichaud. Also,
you got your boy back there, Trayvon.
Yeah, I know. Give a shout out to my boy Travion, man. Like, I like Travion, dude. He runs hard, man. And the thing is, he was in Cincinnati, and people go to die there. So, I think that if he can continue at least being consistent with his running style, he could definitely make the practice squad for sure. And maybe who knows if something happens, he could definitely be elevated to the 53 at some point. He's got skill, bro. I mean, Cincinnati doesn't know how to develop fucking running backs.
Oh yeah, I did forget about Milroe, but
I don't want Milroe. He can't throw. He can just run.
Yeah, he's more of a runner from Alabama.
Milroe might be nice.
Yeah, they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up on Milroe.
They're not going to. They're not. The Lions ain't going to do no crazy shit anyway. So we can just forget all that talk.
They'll probably just get a jag, and then they'll call him the best.
They'll just keep recycling backup quarterbacks until they finally. Yeah. Until we have a bad enough season where we're like, all right, it's time to get a new quarterback. I think that's just it.
And unfortunately, that's probably going to happen. If something happens to Goff, that's when I think you're going to see us getting a quarterback, because so far, like I said, he's been, God willing, he's been very durable for us. So,
he's durable most of his career.
Exactly. Much. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
his offensive line has been pretty good for all that.
Yeah. And he's done well with even a makeshift line. Like, he's that good, so,
but I don't want to keep pressing that doorbell.
Of course not. No, of course not. We got to get the line better.
Do that. You got to get that line way better than it is right now. Way better. Right now.
You
got to remember something. Last year, the line finished like in the 20s. Yeah. And that's from the year before when they finished in the top 3 or 5.
Yeah.
So that's bad. That's a real bad thing.
That's bad for Detroit Lions standards for sure. Absolutely. Because Hank Fraley, I guarantee you, he wants a top 10 line every time. And I felt better about the line until the Cade Mays injury. When the Cade Mays injury came down, I'm like, shit, man. Now here we are again. Fucking center's out. We're having to makeshift other guys that have never played really strong centers. And now we got a guard position that we were worried about already. Now we got the guard issue. Now we got the center issue. Yeah, problem all over again. But anyways.
Hey, if Ragnow's out there, hey.
God, I miss Frank.
I have to say it.
After Frank tried to come back and hurt himself again within a week, he's like, "Yeah, nope, not doing this again."
I tore my ball sack.
It was a bad injury too. It was like a grade 3 hamstring injury. That's bad. That's the worst.
Yeah, time to heal. He's gonna be fine. That dude played with what? He played with a whole bunch of damn injuries.
Yeah.
So
too much fishing, man. Too much fishing.
What was the one injury he had? Oh, he played with a broken jaw.
A broken throat. It was a throat.
Yeah, broken throat. Yeah, that's what it was. A broken throat.
Yeah, he fractured his esophagus.
Yeah, that's
and he still played. And he still played.
That's crazy.
Like,
all right. Well, that'll be a story. That'll be a story for another day. But let's go ahead and wrap up here. First off, we want to thank everybody who chimed in on the show. As always, thank you for liking. Please like and subscribe to our show. One Ass Chicken, 3 Toes. You can find us on YouTube. Also, too, want to shout out for all the apparel. Everybody show your apparel, show your DAP. Everybody's got their
I
colors.
wish I could show y'all, but some reason my camera ain't working.
We can see a part of it.
Well, we can see part of it.
We can see a part of it.
Part of it.
Shout out for the awesome orange hat. This is my color.
And somebody please get a camera for Jay Weezy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with
I
that.
think we should
Go fund me for a camera.
Go fund me for Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, I really want to say shout out to Liz for all the apparel, man. I can't thank her enough,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, and everything she does and everything she means to our podcast. I have to say
Absolutely.
thank you a lot for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for hanging us with on a Saturday. We got 2 preseason games out of the way. We got 1 more left. And fellas, we're 3 weeks away from Who Dat Nation coming into the Motown.
Hey.
Good game.
Hopefully
good
all
game.
the questions are going to be put to rest that game. And we're going to be like, we're going to the Super Bowl, damn it.
Oh, yeah. Let's not beat Dallas. Let's not beat Dallas fans.
And
Then we go to Buffalo Bills the following week.
Yeah, right. Then we get our ass kicked against Buffalo. Exactly right.
Oh, we suck.
Low key,
We suck again.
Low key, we gonna beat Buffalo, but that's a story for a different time.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
Go
good
with
call.
that shit, man. In their new stadium, I'm all for that. That's going to be their opening game too.
Listen, remember the game that Baltimore and the Lions played? Everybody was like, man, until they beat them. You know, I'm like, bro, watch the Lions gonna beat them, and they're gonna beat them pretty heavily too. I got that same feeling that this is going to be the same type of game.
I'm with you, man. That's going to be their opening game in their new stadium. So that'd be a nice way to shut them down.
They're gonna be playing. They're gonna have butterflies just like anybody else.
I would feel a lot better if that offensive line was clicking.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could say I would go with you on that, Jay.
I'm smelling a shootout. I'm smelling a shootout between Goff and Allen. That'll be fun to watch.
Give me the Lions.
Depends on who's on your fantasy roster, right?
Right. Yeah.
I can't.
That's for another story.
No,
I haven't even entered one this year. I'm gonna have to.
Stay away from fantasy, man.
Oh, I've been playing it since 2001, man. I love fantasy.
Right.
I can't do it, man.
If I would have known that, Chris, I would have got you in one of my leagues. Damn it.
I don't do pay leagues though.
I want to watch the football game.
I know. I was in a pay league.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Whatever, Robbie.
Because of your orange hat.
Hey, this is not just an orange hat.
Robbie, that's Texas orange.
No, it's not.
This is
not just orange. This is
orange.
Texas Longhorn orange.
That's burnt orange. This is One Ass Chicken 3 Toes.
That's orange. It don't make a difference.
Hook 'em horns.
There's
the
different
same
oranges.
color.
Is that Tampa Bay orange or
orange, man.
orange?
It's just regular orange. Anyways, all right.
I just like
All right, fellas. So next week, we will talk about the Colts game, and we will preview the Saints and Lions for game 1.
Hey.
Whatever. And then,
he's
and then
with you on that.
Oh, he's a
You don't
Texas.
like Texas.
I don't know what he meant. He's in a UT. But anyways, yeah, I agree with you. And then also too, we'll talk about the defense. We'll do our defensive previews for the rosters. So look forward to that next Saturday, same time, same place, same faces. One Pride. We'll see you on the other side. Have a good night.
Peace.
One ass cheek, 3 toes. One ass cheek, right now. Lions on the map, we don't care about the woes. One ass cheek, 3 toes. This how the show goes. Golf throwing dots, Hutch hitting the gap. We put the whole city right back on the map. No more same old, we done changed the whole vibe. 4 voices deep, talking about the whole tribe. Yeah, one ass cheek, 3 toes. Nate Chris, BA Lions talk only. Get gone.